And good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Smark Guys. Today is March 27th, 2025. I'm DSP, and with me, for the first time ever, ladies and gentlemen, a man who needs absolutely no introduction. A man who was the first person to jump on the chance to be one of the upcoming 3 co-hosts that I'm going to have over the next few weeks leading on the road to WrestleMania here on the Smark Guys show. Ladies and gentlemen, here with me live tonight is Ethan Ralph. Ethan, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'd like to thank you for being on the show and for being a professional about it. You were very eager because a couple weeks ago, as everyone knows, I gave the former host of this show the boot for very good reason. And
he weighs a lot more than me, by the way. He weighs 800 pounds. You know, I'm down to 175. So I apologize. Maybe, some people are shocked by the weight differential in between there. But yeah, you gave him the boot, and it seemed like to me that made him the most angry that you actually cut him off first. I don't know. That's just my opinion. You can weigh in if you want.
There are people who like to feel like they're in positions of power, and when they have the rug pulled out from under them because they thought they were in power, that's truly when things snap for them. And that's exactly what happened. That's why the reaction happened the way that it did. That's why that they're going so hard on me, because they realize that I took control of the situation, which they don't like and they can't handle it. But anyway, after his behavior, not only on this show, but on his own show, I gave him the boot. And I didn't really know what to do with this show because this was a co-op commentary show. I could do it myself. Sure. Everyone knows that I can run a ship. I've done it for 17 years pretty much solo. But co-op commentary is always better than just one person yapping. And I thought, maybe I will entertain having some co-hosts. And then you spoke up. In fact, before I even had publicly announced that I was looking for co-hosts, you threw your hat into the ring with a post over on X. Now, I'm curious, Ethan, why was it that you were so eager to jump in and make yourself a candidate?
Well, for one, first off, I hate Ashton Parks. I mean, let's just be real. I think he's a scumbag, and he always has been a scumbag. His whole career is built off a lie off me getting him kicked out of his church, which never happened, by the way. Huh. He's admitted that never happened. So, I have a personal grudge. I don't want to sit here and lie in front. But also, I feel like, and this is going to not win me any friends, by the way, but I feel like you get a bad rap, honestly. I can understand people hating me a lot more than they hate you, right? It's like, what has Phil really done to earn this level of just psychotic? Let's allegedly hack into his accounts. Let's fuck with his life. Let's attack his wife. Let's try to fuck up his relationships and do all this. I feel like it's always been unfair. You've never made anyone support you. Of course, the King of Hate. I've watched your show a lot recently, and I'm envious of the King of Hate title. I want that title, honestly. The King of Hate title. I love that. Now, but I know you have tried to go in a different direction, and I don't want to be that guy anymore, and I want to be more positive and this and that. I want to be the King of Hate. That's what I want to be. And so I was a little jealous of that too, but it's also like, what has this guy really done to deserve this type of enmity? From people who have no lives. They're complete fucking losers. They stalk your every move. Sure, every once in a while you talk trash to a weirdo in chat or whatever, but what have you really done to deserve what they give you? That's my opinion. I've always said that for years and years. Now, we did have that one little beef when you went on the casino, because, they were trying to set us up against each other. And now I saw it very quickly because I was like, oh, they just want their content. They want us to fight. And so they can make their own money. And I was like, all right, whatever. And I just left it alone. But I've never had any problem with you. And so I was eager to have this coalition, not even coalition, but just, I won't say clash, but commiseration happened here on stream. And so, when I saw the position was open because 800-pound Ashton Parks can't fucking walk further than 20 feet at a distance, and he was really angry when you cut him off. And so, he was born in 1996. I was born in 1985. I hate to give my age away, but I lived through the Attitude Era, through the great times of wrestling, and I know all. I won't say all the history of wrestling, but a lot of it. And so this guy's a poser and a freak and a fraud. And so I thought maybe this is my ego. I don't know that I would be a good fill-in for him.
Well, here's the truth, Ethan, is that I have been doing this for 17 years and I've seen it all. I've seen the highs and lows. I've seen YouTube change over the years and become a completely different thing today than it ever was back in the day. I can easily do drama content. I'm good at it. If I get
Sure.
pissed at someone, I could easily tear them a new asshole. It's not a big deal. But to me, that's like, I just don't like that content. And everyone's different. Maybe you like that content. I know those guys like that content. And that's fine. If people like that style of content, more power to you to enjoy it. But the problem with the situation was that they were actually trying to control me and turn me into something that they knew I didn't want to be. Told them time and again, I'll be a part of your show. We can do some drama, but I don't want that to be the end all be all of who I am. I've been doing this for 17 years. I have a fan base of thousands of people who like me for gaming, for podcasting, for chill vibes, not because I'm some hateful guy who's, arguing with people constantly on the internet. They didn't want to hear that because all they know how to do is make drama. So when I basically said enough is enough, no more drama, they didn't like that. And that was the end of it because I decided to end it. So yeah, I do think that's why it blew up the way it did. But as you've seen in my content, I really don't care about those guys. I'm not watching their stuff. I don't even know what they're saying or doing in regards to me. I don't give a shit. And I'm happy that there are people who are excited to be part of positive content. For example, we've got you this week. We do have 2 other guests lined up for the next 2 weeks leading up to
Sure.
WrestleMania. People who are very interested in actually doing legit wrestling commentary. And that's a good thing. Now, what we should do is actually talk a little bit about you and your history with wrestling, because some people are under the impression the only reason that you were interested in being on this show was
Yeah.
drama. But actually, that couldn't be further from the
That's
truth.
totally false. I put out some pictures, obviously. I have a picture of me with the Macho Man when I was 12 years old. I don't know if you saw that. Kevin Steen, they call him Kevin Owens now. The Briscoe brothers, RIP to one of those guys. Tanahashi live at the Hilton Hotel, which is pretty famous there on the Avenue of Americas. WrestleCon 2019. I went to WrestleMania 35. I've been to probably, I would say about 100 or 150 live wrestling shows in my
Wow.
life.
Holy shit.
Uh, yeah, a lot. And so, of it is, fuck this guy, right? But like, not you, him. But the other part is, no, I actually am kind of built for this, right? And so, when I hear his takes, and I didn't listen to a lot. I'm not gonna lie, but like what I did hear, just sounded like a fat, overgrown baby who doesn't understand the business whatsoever and never drew a dime, to use a term from Mike Graham, who maybe some of the old heads will understand here in the chat. And so, yeah, I think I'm perfectly fit for that. Shout out to Jade Rasmussen as well. I've seen him in your chat. Um, so I thought I would be a good fill-in. And again, who knows? Maybe you like next week's guy or the week after more or whatever. Like I won't hold it against you or anything
In,
like
in
that. But
truth, the whole idea for the show that I had was that it was going to be going from the Royal Rumble, well, actually to the relaunch of Raw, which happened back in January on Netflix, through WrestleMania. And I really wanted to see me coming back to pro wrestling after being away from it for so long, because I hadn't done this show in a decade. Who knows if my viewer base for this is gone, which a lot of them have. When you're not talking about something
sure.
for a long time, those people tend to move on and probably went to watch other people who were doing wrestling podcasts and stuff. But it was an experiment. It was always going to be an experiment through WrestleMania to see how it goes. So what I'd like to do is give you and the next 2 hosts on a shot. Let's see how it goes. Let's see who clicks, who
Sure.
doesn't. And if I decide to extend the show and we say, hey, you know what, it went well, let's keep it going through WrestleMania, then I'll talk to all of you guys about maybe coming back. It might actually be a rotating group as
Okay.
well, where it's
Yeah,
not always the
sure.
same person, but we have a rotating group of co-hosts who come on from time to time for interesting events and things. I think that could be good too, depending on how it goes. So just so there's
I
no
completely
no
I completely
misconceptions.
agree, and I give you all props for giving me the first shot here. And I was born in Memphis, Tennessee, lived across the bridge in West Memphis, Arkansas. For those who don't know, the territory system, we could get
Oh
deep
yeah,
into wrestling if we want.
way back in the day.
But basically, the last territory system, this territory that stood was Memphis, Tennessee. And so that's where I'm from. Jerry the King Lawler, Jeff Jarrett, Jerry Jarrett, Bill Dundee, all these people. That's where I'm from. So I have a really deep history with wrestling that some faker from Canada will never have. So I mean,
Okay, so to make it clear how the show's going to work, everyone, because the chats are going crazy. It's this simple. All right, we are going to be doing wrestling commentary. I'm not going to let people derail the show because tonight, of course, people are going to be trying to derail the show. Yes, obviously, if you like the content, please support it. You can support it on YouTube with super chats or memberships. You could support it over on Kick with subs, or you could tip on either service is available. And I'm going to be reading out contributions only if they're pertinent, positive, and have nothing to do with trying to hate on whoever the host happens to be that week, because I know for a fact that there's going to be people trying to crap on the host and everything. I'm not going to do that. I'm not playing that game. This is not the Ethan Ralph shooting gallery where you think that you're going to get one over on him because he's on the show and you're going to be a dick. He's a guest and a co-host, and we treat him with respect for giving us our time, and therefore we don't tear the guy a new butthole. That's ridiculous, all right? In addition to that, we still are doing the promotion where for every $100 that I raise on the show, we're going to do a live opening of one of these WWE Topps Chrome packs of cards, and I still have apparently a rare chase card in this box to open at some point. So that's also in the running. And what we'll do, let's open up the show with some shout outs. Again, I guarantee you half these people who contributed are probably going to be nasty and negative, but I'm going to skip over them.
Sure.
Let's
but
just
you know what? I'm not as good at hyping as PPP, right? Like I'm not like, hey, give me the subs. But you know what? If you'd like to see me on this show, if you'd like to see somebody who knows wrestling in and out, who's been a 35-year fan of wrestling from Memphis, Tennessee, who was at St. Valentine's Day Massacre in 97, who was at the riot in Memphis in late, 96, I believe, who was at WrestleMania 35, who was at so many Nitros, Ring of Honor. I mean, the WrestleMania 35 itself, New Japan and Madison Square Garden. The list goes on and on. Like, I don't have to fake the deal. I know wrestling. And so if you want somebody who knows wrestling, vote me, I guess, and give Phil your money so we can open some packs.
There you go. All right, let's start because we got a whole bunch of shout outs to do to open the show. We start with Ice Mexican. $5 super chat, and the starfish send his regards, Suffa. I don't know what that means. I apologize. I'm gonna have so many things I don't understand what the hell people are talking about tonight.
Do you want to explain to you what that means?
If you know what it means, sure. I hope it's not insulting
to you.
It
means that Ashton Parks, who weighs 800 pounds and can only walk 20 feet at a time, he spread his butthole. I'll say since we're
great.
on YouTube. He spread his butthole live New Year's 2018. He spread his butthole on a site called stream.me. Some of the new people might not know this, but he did that. I'm not sure why he did that, but he did do that, and the picture is out there. He spread his butthole, and then he got mad because I wouldn't have him as part of my show, and then he lied and said, this is true, by the way, Phil. I'm not making this up.
I believe you. I believe you.
He said that I got him kicked out of his church because I reported him to his church for spreading his butthole on air, which I didn't do. And if you actually know where his church is, which I do, it's actually just like one of his family members' houses. So it's not even a real church. Like, the church is not even real in the first place. So, like, I mean, it's a church, quote unquote, right? I mean, any house of worship, I guess you could count it as a church.
Are you insinuating that PPP would lie about something, Ethan?
I know, shocking. I know, shocking that his whole career is based on a lie, but a lot of people believe that, and it did not happen. Wow. I was so busy, like I would not even dare. I thought it was funny when he did what he did. Honestly, now it was weird. I don't understand why he did that.
Thank you to Slayer re-upped his membership tonight, so thank you to Slayer for re-upping your membership. We have a Lester with a $2 super chat. Two Gamergate OGs are now sharing the stage. I actually skipped Gamergate, and I was on YouTube during that time, and everyone was going crazy about Gamergate, and I was like, there's just so much bullshit going on. I just don't want to be involved in it, and everyone kept trying to get me involved, and I literally stepped back.
I
So
was
I just want to
involved.
play games, man. I didn't want to get involved in that at all. So you can call me a Gamergate OG, but I had nothing to do with that. Nichols with a $20 super chat. I'm a big fan of Smark Guys since the early days, and I wanted to show some support tonight. Thank you so much, Nichols. That is a very generous super chat there. Get that up on the leaderboard. We've got Chad with a $2 super chat, and he says something insulting, so I'll just ignore it. We've got Lester with another $5 super chat. Now let's see. He says, 2 questions I have for Ralph to open the show. Number 1, what is his all-time favorite shoe? And the other one, I don't know if I want to read the second one. Let's do the first one. What is your all-time favorite shoe?
Well, it depends on whether you consider the Montreal Screwjob a shoot or a work.
It's probably half and half, really, right?
Some people say that was a work. I would say Bookerman from Brian Pillman would have to be up there. Also, even though I hate Vince Russo, the shoot there was pretty awesome as well with Hogan I think it was Bash at the Beach. But favorite shoot, I mean, it would probably have to be the Montreal Screwjob if you consider that a shoot. And also, I have to run outside just for 1 second.
Oh, no problem.
What was the second part of that question?
The second part might be an insult at you. I don't know, but I can read it if you really want me to.
Yeah.
He says, where did you get the nickname Rim It Ralph?
Because I like to.
Oh,
well, because I never denied enjoying women's buttholes, we'll say, and not because I actually ate what was inside of that, but you can go around the rim. You can go around the rim, Phil. You know what I mean. Maybe you don't know what I mean.
Well, but, to each their own. Some people like to talk about that stuff publicly, and some don't. So
Hey, I'm just being real. Like, you know what? The ladies love it. And I will step outside real quick. And probably my favorite shoot would be the Montreal Screwjob, if that was a shoot. Now, Kevin Nash swears it wasn't a shoot. There's a lot of other people, but the Booker Man comment from Brian Pillman was another awesome one. The Doug Gilbert moment in Memphis Wrestling was another awesome one. If you know that, that's
all these are over my head. I don't know that one.
yeah. That's Memphis Wrestling, where he really talk shit about Lawler in Memphis Wrestling. Doug Gilbert. So that would be another one. But I'll be back in 2 minutes.
No problem. I'll do some more shout outs while you're gone. No problem at all. All right, so we got Han Solo 2069 with a $5 super chat. I've never donated to the channel before, but I do like this Ralph guy, and I hope that he sticks around. I don't know how many of you guys tonight will be serious or not, to be honest, but I appreciate you all being here. Thank you for supporting the show, trying something different, and hopefully, you guys like it. Melvin the Weed Wizard with a $5 super chat says, Phil, I haven't seen your stuff in a while, and I heard that you now have a wrestling show. I've been binge watching them. I'm glad to see you live. Well, welcome. Welcome to my show that has, shuffled around and changed a bit, but I think at its core, the wrestling commentary has stayed strong, and it will tonight, I think. So thank you for that. WIP with a $5 super chat. All hail DSP and Ralph. Thank you to WIP. Gets us up to $49 tonight. Andy Grundy with a $5 super chat. Ralph is the ultimate co-host. Let's go. Suffer PPP. It's too bad he wasn't here to hear that one. I bet he would have appreciated that. I'll let him know when he gets back. Thank you for that. And then Einstein Theory with a $5 super chat. Ralph knows every card, every lure, everything you must learn. PPP's butthole will soon be familiar to you. That's absolutely disgusting. I don't ever want anything like that to be familiar to me. In fact, I'd like to be on the actual polar opposite end of the planet at all times if I could. But, Okay. Let's move on. We have tips to shout out as well. This is actually perfect time for me to do these shouting out. We got a $5 tip here tonight from Flatman B. Eat a bag of dicks, all the detractors. Let's fucking go. Well, thank you so much to Flatman B. That's our first tip of the night. With a $5 tip. Now we're up to 54 and climbing. And we got another $5 tip here from Slayer. How you doing, Slayer? He says, the show is looking fine so far. Wrestling this week was fine. SmackDown just didn't have that much for me. The brawl at the end was fine with triple threat being confirmed. Maybe Paul Heyman turn on Seth Rollins. As for Raw, I did like the John Cena promo about being the last real champion, and I hope that he'll win at WrestleMania. I think a lot of people are starting to turn that way. Being honest, I actually think a lot of people now are starting to feel like they want Cena to win, and we'll talk about that when we cover the promo. Cool. The IC match at the end, I hope that Penta would win. Hopefully there's a rematch. NXT this week was great with 2 title defenses. Was it? I didn't see NXT this week. Says there was Stephanie Vacker with the NXT Women's North American Championship and the NXT.
She is so sexy, by the way, Phil. I'm sorry.
I do not watch NXT because I don't know how.
Please, Phil.
Like I have all the on-demand services. Where do you watch it, Ethan? How do you see the NXT?
Well, do you want a membership to Extreme Wrestling Torrents?
I don't know because I don't know if I can watch it on my phone.
Don't say that live on air, but it's an educational.
So that's how you watch it. Right? See, I have all the services, and I have a VPN, but I don't know how. Like, I don't even know where the hell NXT is. I have to figure it out.
I can just give you an invite. I've been a member for like 15 years, so. Extreme Wrestling Torrents is how I watch wrestling. So, or live feeds and stuff like that, but. That's how I watch now. I know, Fat Ass probably is not too smart enough to do that, but yeah, I've been I've been a member of that site for literally 15 years. So.
I'll have to think about it, or at least maybe
I can give you. What do you know how to use torrents?
Oh, I've used them, dude. I used torrents the day they came out. I got in trouble for using torrents in the 2000s. All right, I got cease and desist letters in the mail telling me to stop torrenting.
What I'm telling you, it's a private tracker, so they can't they
can't mess with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll look into it. We'll talk about it after the show.
Yeah, and also there was it Wendy Richter? That's another famous shoot where Vince screwed her out of the title. I don't know. There's a lot of famous shoots. That's kind of like a whole show, honestly, if you want to go through famous shoots and Japan and Carl Gotch and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of famous shoots if we really want to go through that.
Oh, sure.
But yeah. But
by the way, there's a couple people who already are complimenting you tonight and saying that you're doing a good job and they're like seeing you on the show.
I came here to do a real wrestling people Phil again, I never had any problems with you. I know we talked a little trash back and forth on Twitter, and you did your thing, and I said my thing on my show, but like it was set up by other people, right? Like I really never had any beef with you at all, and so like it was like I said I was gonna do a fuck DSP festival and all this, and it's like I don't even care. Like. It's not that you're not worth it. Like you've been around long enough to do something like that. Like
there's enough material to work with. Yeah, I know. There's totally enough material.
I mean, I could do that, but like I don't have that feeling in my heart for you. I've always felt like, and I've said this personally, not that I've never said anything negative about you at all, but like I feel like you're really targeted in an unfair way, and haters can take this however they want. But it's like, and I know you haven't acknowledged this or whatever, but like people literally like, hacking into your private records and stuff.
People have done every possible thing, possible thing possible to try to get to my stuff.
Crimes they should be put in jail for. And then all the detractors say, oh, well, we don't support that, but we use that information. Well, you know what? You're full of shit. And all you people are hypocritical pieces of garbage. And you're trying to call out DSP for things that are way less worse than what you're up to yourself. So that's always been my position. Have I always agreed with you on everything? No, but like I don't like, I don't know. You always seem like a chill guy, and the more I watch your content the last couple weeks, because I knew we were gonna do this, right? And maybe you're fooling me, maybe you're tricking me. I don't know. But like it's like
I'm not tricking anyone. I'm not tricking anyone. I'm a transparent dude.
No,
what you see is what you get with me,
no, I'm not dissing you, but I'm saying maybe he's pulling the con of all time, but like he actually seems to just want to do positive content about gaming and wrestling and a few other things. Like I mean, if he's tricking me, okay, but like I have nothing to gain here other than trying to make a good show about wrestling and to do the collab, just me and you on the same screen is a big deal.
I'm not even looking at attendance or anything, but I'm to understand that we have like record high attendance for this show and everything. Like people are going crazy. So I mean, of
course they are. Of course they are. Because me and you are two fucking legends. We're two fucking kings, antediluvian kings, as Godwinson would say. And so, yeah, I mean, we could easily do this every week. Now, I don't want to put down any other co-host. Maybe they do it better. Maybe it goes better with them. Whatever. But it's WrestleMania season, so like,
It's an exciting season to do this too. It really is an exciting season to have variety that's going on. You know.
Yeah. So
Speaking of what we're talking about, our next, we got a $20 tip, which is very generous. Thank you to this person. It's Quake4. This person says, Ralph is a bit of a controversial character. Are you considering any other individuals of this caliber? Do you have people lined up? I have 2 more hosts lined up, and I'm just going to put you this way. All right. I've tried to go.
Let me ask you this, Phil.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
They said it was merch. First off, I know it's not merch because he told me it wasn't. And then unless he lied to me, like I mean, he could have lied to me. And then they said it was Beardson. That was what Fat Ass said. It was Mersh and Beardson is what he said.
You want to know the funniest part about all that? Like, no, I don't know.
Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth.
I don't know Mersh at all. Like, the only reason I know of him because you had brought him up once. I was like,
I don't even know. Him up because I was like, me and you and Mersh could like just fucking just kill this whole game. Like,
and I was like, who's Mersh? I've never heard of this guy before. But somehow he's going to be the next host. I don't even know who he is.
Phil, don't say it like that. Mersh is a great guy. But
I'm not crapping on him. Listen. When I say that, that's on me because I don't know shit about anyone on the internet. I literally just sit here and do my thing every day. I don't pay attention to anyone. But it's hilarious that people try. Oh, it's gonna be this. It's gonna be this. I don't even know who you're talking about. You're so ridiculous. You're psychic. You have the insider info, right? No, let me tell you this. No one knows who the next 2 hosts are on purpose. It's under wraps.
Is it Mersh or Beardson?
It's under wraps. Absolutely no one knows who the next 2 hosts are. That's all I'm going to say. No one actually knows. Okay.
So any predictions that have been made are wrong.
That, to my knowledge, yes. I don't think anyone has hit it on the head yet. Let me put it this way. I tried to cover all bases. You obviously are the big, super controversial guy,
and by the way, I want to apologize. And first off, I want to give you your props because, I have a controversial life and, things have happened and, I could sit here and explain to you why all those things happened. And I don't think anybody cares.
Don't care. That's not the point of this show. This is not, you're on my show. Let's have a drama segment about the host. That's not what this is,
We're talking about wrestling, but like, as far as having, these other people on, like it's just foolish. They just made this stuff up out of thin air because
they pulled it out of their asses.
It's kayfabe. Like they just pulled it up. You know why they did that, right? Because Mersh is one of their targets and Beardson is one of their targets, and so they pulled that out of their ass. And so
they want to make it all about them, like because it's people they talk about. Like that's who I'm going to pick, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's just not. They don't know what they're talking about.
I do want to apologize because I messaged you and. Not to criticize you, but you have a busy day. So do I, right?
Yeah.
And so we don't always get back to each other on DMs. And I said, hey, okay, we're good, right? And I'm going to start promoting the show, of course, right? And I didn't realize that you were like saving the reveal.
It's all right. It's all right. It was a little bit of a miscommunication at the beginning, but it's all good.
No, I want to apologize here on the air because I didn't realize you were saving the reveal for the air. And I said, hey, I'm going to start, promoting ASAP, which meant, that day basically. But I don't think I made that clear enough. And so I apologize if I spoiled any reveals or anything like that.
It's all good. It's all good. No problem.
30,000 views on Twitter, and I think it worked. But either way, go ahead.
We got a few more shout outs to do. Let's see here. A couple smaller tips. Let's just take a look. It looks like this guy, a $2 tipper says he's going to take a shot of Henny for me. Okay, go for it. And I got another $2 tip from Lady Charisma. Hopping to say the new logo is working better than I thought. If you plan on ever watching NXT in the U.S., okay, this is what I wanted to know. It airs for free TV on the CW. Who the fuck watches the CW? Why would they put NXT on CW of all? You could put it on any other possible thing and it'd be easier to watch than on the fucking CW. I don't have regular TV. Almost no one does anymore. What a stupid thing. No wonder I can't find it. All right.
Well, see, Phil, that's what I'm telling you, man. Just let me hook you up with the Extreme Wrestling.
If I'm gonna watch it, I have to.
CW, but like
this is stupid.
I mean, it's technically a network, right? Like a network broadcast, but like anyway, we can talk after.
We'll talk after the show. No problem. All right, let's see here. We've got Lord Licorice with a $5 super chat. Ralph should stay. So far, this is really good stuff. There you go. You're actually getting some nice compliments here tonight. I'm surprised, actually. I thought that was going to be the opposite. Your haters would come out, but actually, these people are being very nice. Stuart, thanks for getting your membership here on the channel. Ice Mexican with another $5 super chat. Will you ask Ralph what his opinion is on the women of wrestling favorite Amanda Morris? Another thing, I have no idea what he's talking about. Do you know what he's talking about?
I don't know who that person is, actually.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Okay. By the way, we've already topped.
I don't know who that person is, but they sound like a bottom tier, lower tier wrestler. I don't know that person though.
We have Dixie Wrecked, who became a member tonight. Thank you for that. And by the way, we topped $100, which means we already get to open a pack of cards live, which is awesome. Can't wait to do that. That'll be interesting to see what we pull. We got Rush with a $2 super chat. He says, "Are you, Ralph, a Cornette guy or a Heyman guy?"
That's tough, Cornette, because Heyman's a liar. But like in terms of entertainment, like they're both neck and neck, right? I listen to Cornette's podcast all the time. And so, but when it comes to telling the truth and who I would actually believe, it would be Jim Cornette. And also Jim Cornette got his start in the Memphis territory.
That's
and
right.
So,
yeah.
He's
your hometown boy.
I'm a Cornette guy. Not that I don't love Heyman, although he's getting a little, man, Heyman, man, look, we talked about PPP getting fat, 800 pounds. Heyman, man, you better watch out, dude. Like, because you're getting, 56 years old? Like, he's getting a little corpulent. At this point.
I didn't watch wrestling
I don't want
for
to see him die.
Like, exactly. I didn't watch wrestling for like 5 years. I was away from it. I totally separated myself from it. And I came back to it in January for the first time, and I'm start watching these guys. It's like, oh my God, these guys got so old in the last 5 years. Like Heyman, Punk, Triple H, they look terrible now. I'm like, oh man,
did you notice Heyman on the and I have some notes here from the, let me see. I'm trying to make sure I get this right. Heyman from the SmackDown show. Did you notice when Punk mentioned his favor, and then Heyman's like, no, and then Roman Reigns was like, oh, what's going on? Then all of a sudden he got clocked by CM Punk, right? And I think that's gonna come into play. I think there's two possibilities. Well, three maybe. He stays with Roman, or he goes with CM Punk, or this is the like odd man out, scenario. He actually allies with Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
And so I'm intrigued by the whole thing, and I love the storytelling. So
I think the two best plot lines are that, and of course Cena and Cody Rhodes. Those are like the two top plot lines.
Cody Rhodes. We can talk about that. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
Okay. Cyrex the Rapper, $2 super chat. The Ralph Mail and the King. Forget any other guests. Well, I do have two other guests lined up. I do appreciate you guys being very positive tonight, and thank you for the support there. Dat Pie over there with a $2 super chat. NXT's on Netflix with a VPN. Okay, that's maybe what I can do, because I have Netflix and I have the VPN, so maybe I could do it that way. I will. Don't worry.
I'm just holler at me, dude. Like,
we got Silas Kruger with a $5 super chat. Me and my dad are watching The Big Show. What? Well, good for you.
It's the Big Show. I was 12 years old, and I was outside of a Nitro taping, and Big Show put his hand up like this, and his hand was like 3 times bigger than my hand.
Good God.
And I don't know, wrestlers, I'll say this, wrestlers have always been really cool for the most part, as far as I can state, being really cool with the fans and trying to, I don't want to say make friends with them, but just be cool with them, right?
Yeah, and that's awesome.
And he put it's awesome, and it's not like that in every sport. He put his hand up next to mine. His hand was literally like 4 or 5 times bigger than my hand.
God damn!
And I'm like, what in the fuck? So
let's see. We got Chad with a $5 super chat. This, I don't know. This sounds like I don't know if I even want to read this, because I don't know if this is true or if this is insulting to you. It's up to you if you want me to read it. I will skip it if you don't want me to, because I don't know if this is something that's true or hurtful. It's your
You
call.
can read whatever you want, and you know.
This guy says, is it true that you ever, well, let me ask you this. Did you ever own a horse at all?
I owned a horse, but I had to put her down.
That was the question. He says, I'm curious, what happened with your horse? Did you have to put the horse down when you
Yeah,
left the States? That's sad. I'm sorry,
yeah,
man. That's
I
fucked
had to
up.
put him down. It's sad. You know, anytime you have to put a great animal, especially a
Yeah.
horse, a regal animal down, anytime you have to do that, you know, it's a sad thing. But when you have to actually, you know,
Yeah. I'm
put him at
sorry, man.
Ruffian. Do you know Ruffian? And anytime you have to, you know, just actually put them down, it's a sad thing. So, yeah, I did have a horse at one point. Yeah.
We got GG Evan 317 with a $5 super chat, but he's starting to talk about Chris Benoit, and sadly, I hate to say it, probably too hot of a topic for YouTube. If we were on Kick, just on Kick, I'd probably talk about Chris Benoit all day, but God forbid that we talk about Chris Benoit on YouTube and someone reports the show, and you know, so I got to tiptoe away from that one. We do have a couple of contributions over on Kick as well. So let me get those out, and then it looks like we're going to do a card unpacking, and then we're actually going to start doing some wrestling commentary.
Did we actually make the $100 already for the cars?
We've
Are you
exceeded it.
serious?
We've exceeded it. We
Are
have
you fucking serious?
of course.
Okay, all right. I want to see. Okay, all right. Let's go.
We've got Real John Potter who gifted a sub over on Kick. Thank you, Real John Potter. And we have a Little Bit who also gifted a sub over on Kick. So we got
Little
the two
Bit.
gifted
Shout
subs.
out. I know that person. Anyway,
cool.
I don't know. I know Real John Potter too, but that's probably not the real one. But anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
So Real John Potter would be the first person. So let's get that up on
Would
the
be
leaderboard.
the owner of Kiwi Farms, actually. Who's that? That's who that is, actually. But
okay. All right, so we got that, and we got Ethan with a $2 super chat, and I believe that they're trying to impersonate you, so I'm not going to read that one. But thanks for the $2 regardless.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Look, dude, I'm just here trying to talk wrestling and have fun. Honestly,
That's right.
So,
all right. So guess what? We've already hit the first tier goal. Remember, every $100 I told you guys I would unpack a pack of cards, and we're going to do it right now. Our first pack. I'm just going to reach into the box randomly. All right, I'm going to grab just any old pack. We'll grab this one right here.
You know, we have 2,500 people watching just on your channel.
No, I didn't
and
know
I
that.
know there's another channel that's like just DSP Pure or whatever.
Yeah, they steal all my shit. They illegally rebroadcast my shit every day.
They steal your shit. So there's probably like 5,000 people watching this right now.
I'm sure. Here we go. So here we go. Here's our first pack of cards for tonight. We're going to see what we got in this Topps Chrome, and I'm probably going to have to auto-adjust the focus because this camera doesn't autofocus very well. But let's see what we got. 7 cards? No, 4 cards in each pack. 4 cards in each pack. Will we get a pull? Because there is a rare card somewhere in this box. I don't know where, but there is a rare card in the box. Here, let me get the focus to actually do it correctly so everyone can see this, including you, Ralph. You should be able to see it too.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So we got manual focus here. All right, let's see if this worked. It's going to be blurry, but I'm going to bring the card up to the camera, and everyone should be able to see it. All right,
cards are awesome, by the way. I don't have so you know, you would need cases and stuff. I used to collect baseball cards and stuff.
Me too.
So I don't really have all that stuff. So that's one reason I haven't gotten involved with that. But they are really well done.
They're thick, very thick cards. They're very good quality.
Yeah.
They have this glossy side, and they have a cardboard side, but the cardboard side is also glossy. There's some pretty high quality stuff. I mean, they're incredibly expensive too, so that kind of that's probably why they're so expensive.
Yeah.
But so here we go. Our first one of the night is oh boy, Wes Lee. I don't even know who that is. Wes Lee from it says NXT. I guess he's still in NXT, but I have absolutely no idea who the hell Wes Lee is. I don't watch NXT. But,
we got to get you on NXT. You know why I watch NXT? I wrote this down in my notes, and I said NXT. First off, I don't know that they invented it, but have you noticed the tape underneath the women's asses? And it's to make their asses stick out more.
Wow.
That's one of the greatest innovations in wrestling history, actually. And so I have to say it wasn't necessarily NXT. I don't know that started that, but my God, they ran with it. I have to say, because they have some hotties on the squad, and they have Stephanie Vacquier, and yeah, I approve of all that.
Ethan
So
Ralph, the ass tape aficionado, here tonight on Smart Guys. Everybody, very nice. Maybe you know who this is. I have no clue who this. I don't know who any of these people are half the time. Even though I watch the product, this is from Monday Night Raw, and this is a women's wrestler. I'm trying to get her name to focus here. I think Hayden or Caden Carter. Who the hell is Caden Carter? Who is this? And they're on Raw. I've been watching Raw since January. I haven't seen this person.
Even a little deep for me, to be honest. I thought you might say Caden Cross, which I do know that person.
So the card looks nice. Like, look at the nice chromium around the edges. Like, the card itself looks really nice. I just don't know who the hell the person is on there. Caden Carter. Weird.
Yeah, smash. I'll say, but I thought Caden Cross, honestly, because he has the whole gimmick of he's, I won't say tricking, but
I think we have a dupe.
Convincing people into being heels and stuff like that. Like, that's the whole
right. Killer. Oh, yeah. Cross. Gotcha. Yeah, Killer Cross. Of course, now he's just Cross or whatever. Yeah. I think this is my first dupe, and this is angering me because these cards are expensive, and the set is over like 150 cards. It's DIY, and I'm almost positive we already got this card in a previous opening over a previous show. I do like DIY. I like them in NXT. They're good. They're okay on the main roster, I think, but I don't think they're.
I saw them wrestle in person many times. Ciampa and
Gargano.
For sure. Yes,
they're good. All right, so that's 3. We got 1 more to go. Is it the Chase card? We'll find out in a second. Actually, I don't think you know until you flip it. But so it's a legend. Who is it? It is. I can't even read it. Shit, I can't even read it. What does it say? I can't read my own card. I need my glasses. Maybe I'll know when I look. It is. Oh, it's Trish Stratus. It's Trish Stratus. It's modern Trish Stratus.
Sit on my face any day. Are you serious? Like, she is so fucking. It's crazy. Like, I know she's had a little surgery, right?
Yeah.
But like,
they all have. They all have at this point.
You don't want a deal on horse, and you don't want a deal on plastic surgery. And she did not get a deal on plastic surgery because she is fine as fuck, and she is actually hotter than any other diva, quote unquote, female superstar on the roster. And it's not really that close. In my opinion, maybe Vaquer, maybe Stephanie Vaquer, only because she's so badass and she's Chilean and I'm in Mexico. But like, other than that, like, that's it.
All right, so there's our first pull of the night. If we hit $200 of support tonight, we'll do another pack. But honestly, not many hits there. I guess the one that was supposed to be the rare one was the women's wrestler. We don't even know who the hell it is. It is the chromium, rainbow design around the edge, which is nice, but I just don't know who that is.
200. Honestly,
there you go.
Do I need to hype it up? Do I need to go? Like, I hate to, like, I'm not this type of guy to be a PPP guy, but do we need do I need to do that? Like, I mean, we need to have another opening. That's what we need.
All right.
And so, if you guys like me here on the show, we're gonna talk about the wrestling and stuff like that too. But
shortly too.
Hype it up. So if you like me here, the best way to keep me here, the best way to keep it going, he's gonna have other people for sure, and I don't down those people. But the best way to have me back is to bump up the support. So, support Phil. He gets a lot of shit that he doesn't deserve, and just do what you can to help this guy out, because like it's so funny. I said this before the show, and it's like, oh, the King of Hate. Are you going to bring the King of Hate back? Well, actually, I want to be the King of Hate. And I don't think Phil wants that. Like, I watched Phil, and I only have for the past month or so. Like, I'm not trying to down you or anything. Like, I have, my own show going on, right? But I watch you, and almost everything you do is positive, right?
It's chill, it's fun, it's positive. The person who actually said it best, and I know this is going to be shocking, the person who said it best was Keemstar, okay? Keemstar a few months ago said on his show, yeah, Phil doesn't do anything super interesting, but he doesn't bother anyone either. He's just making
Right.
content
That's
for
what I'm
his
saying.
audience. So
Like
why does everyone
he's
hate him? You know?
why do they hate him? I don't understand it. I've said this for years. I'm like, why do they hate this guy? And then anyway,
It's all
you know.
good. It's all good. Let's get through a few more shout outs and then let's get to the wrestling commentary because we do want to cover SmackDown and Raw tonight, which is what
Sure.
people are here
Yes.
for. So
For
wow,
sure.
all these super chats coming in. It's crazy. We've got Silas again with a $2 super chat. Haters in shambles, Worski is crying. Yeah, well, I don't know if Worski is crying. I think the former co-host
Well,
may be
he
crying.
aborted his child and had him murdered, so that would probably make him cry.
I don't know anything
probably,
about that,
but,
folks. I'm not touching that one with 100 football. I don't know nothing about that. I don't get involved in that shit.
Maybe that makes him cry at night. I don't know, but it could be a possibility. But yeah,
We got a what the hell currency is SGD? I don't know, but I'm gonna do a quick currency conversion because we had a 50 SGD super chat, which is the equivalent of $37.30, which is actually our biggest super chat of the night. And this one is from uh CECA Loather. I have no idea what that means.
he's crazy. He used to donate to my show, and he's actually a Mongolian who
Oh
wishes
wow.
he was Chinese. Like I'm not kidding. By the way, like I want to give you the lore.
Wow.
Bill. He's a Mongolian who wishes he was Chinese. Now, of course, if you know anything about the Chinese, they don't consider Mongolian Chinese. So yeah, he's pretty insane. Now, I don't know what his super chat says, but he'll never be Chinese. I do know that.
All right, well, whoever this is, they are saying some negative things about you. I'm going to ignore
I'm
it.
sure.
It may or may not actually be the real person. I don't know, but they did a generous
No,
contribution.
it's him.
Thank
No,
you for that.
it's the same person. Yeah, thanks for the money. Fuck off.
Oh, we got Han Solo 2069 with a $5 super chat. Have you seen the clip? Oh, I'm not saying that either. See what I see? They're trying to get me to read shit, and I'm like, oh, I had to stop myself. But I like I said, we're not going to be doing a shooting gallery tonight with the co-host. Sorry about that. Hellfire Missile Salesman with a $2 super chat.
Well, let me ask you this: what makes more money, like me just sitting here and like talking wrestling and being cool, or like weirdos saying crazy shit? Like if you think it makes more money, weirdos
No.
saying crazy
Dude,
shit.
here's
like,
the thing.
I will answer. I will answer that. Like I will if that's what you think. Like
here's the truth. Ethan.
makes you
All right,
more money.
that
And by the way, I'm not making any money off this show. This is a
that's right. This is
tryout.
essentially
Like,
exactly 3 weeks of tryouts.
yeah,
3
yeah.
weeks for people trying
I'm
out.
not no money for me whatsoever off this show. Now, if we go further down the line,
Of course.
sure.
If you're selected to be a host
but
or if you're an ongoing guest, absolutely yes.
yeah.
Absolutely.
But like, I don't. This is for free. I just love talking wrestling. Like that's why I did this. So
Rush with the $5 super chat. I prefer Smart Guys Ralph over All Statum Ralph. Seeing you chilling is bringing me all the way back to 2015. Someone likes to see you chill, man. What about that? Maybe you'll be doing chill streams soon. You'll give up the drama. You'll be doing the chill shit. It's less stress. You can keep your heart blood pressure down. That's for sure.
holy shit! Whoa!
We've got Dat Pie over there with a $2 super chat. Oh my God, Ralph. They're asking you, Ralph. F, Mary, or Unlive, Vacker, Lola Vice, or Trish.
Wait. Fuck Trish, Mary, Vakir. And who was the other?
Lola Vice. I don't know who that is. So there you go.
Kill.
Silas with another $2 super chat. Can we hit the goal? Well, we are almost to $200 and our second pack opening, if you guys can believe it. We're almost there. So thank you to Silas for that. Paul with a $10 super chat. Thanks for the stream. I hope for more. Ask Ralph. Oh, I don't know who this is. Do you know a Peter or Peter B? I don't know if I want to say the name because I don't know if it's something that's going to get anyone in trouble. He's asking if you would have some Peter B guy on your show again, but I don't know who that is. So
I don't actually know either. That's the thing. Like,
oh boy, it's probably some obscure reference. Who knows? Let's see.
I will say Stephanie Vakir. Mary immediately. Trish, it's hard to say not marry Trish.
Oh no.
Over Stephanie Vakir, but like she's 49 years old. So like I have to pick Stephanie Vakir and obviously fuck Trish and then the other whore, like
Wow.
whatever. Be
Okay,
gone.
we've got Street Cook Jefferson. Where are these names coming from? With a $5 super chat. Hey Ralph, I'm enjoying the stream. And then he says something nasty, so I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say the nice stuff. I'm just not going to say the bad stuff. There you go. We've got I'm not even
Hey,
saying this because
hey, Phil, I bring the heat. I bring the heat, brother.
I can't even read the names. If I read this name, I'll get in trouble.
I don't know who you have lined up. I know who you don't have lined up for the 2 weeks, but I know I don't know who you do have lined up, and you know, I bring the heat, and I love that. Like,
we'll see what happens, man. Right now, it's a pretty crazy start, that's for sure. We haven't even talked about wrestling yet, so.
No, that's the crazy part. Yeah,
we got Carl with a $5 super chat. Thanks for the chill show. I mostly seen both of you from Drama Farmers. It's nice to see two of you in a kind of a cozy light tonight. Well, I mean, that's pretty much what I'm in all the time, unless someone pisses me off because they're trying to drama farm off of me. You know, I really don't engage. As Ethan has said, I'm just trying to make content for my audience. I don't want to be doing drama shit. You know, they try to pull my ass into this nonsense. So I think it's something nice, something different, right? To have an interaction like this instead of being drama all the time. It's refreshing. Something different, something positive. Okay, we've got a review Dropbox USA with a $5 super chat. Let's see. Ethan, did you face Sting for the TNA World Heavyweight title at Victory Road 2011? The match seemed extremely short.
I did not.
Is that the Jeff Hardy match? Is that the Jeff Hardy match?
Did do that.
Oh,
and
come on.
He was
come on.
Not allowed to participate. Yeah.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I didn't know that's
nah, man, that don't fuck me up, man. Are you serious? Like the things people say about me, like that's like the most like weak thing ever. Like Jeff Hardy, first off, Hall of Famer, superstar, but yeah, he showed up completely fucked up.
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't see it live. I saw the clip. I was like, oh my god, this fucking guy.
He was fucked up. But guess what? Thing showed up fucked up at 1997 Starrcade. And people don't understand that either. And so one of the reasons they didn't put the like clean title on Sting was because he was in the middle of a pill addiction. And I'm not, criticizing, obviously, because I've had my own problems, right? But he was in the middle of a pill addiction during Starrcade, and that's why they did not put the title on him in Starrcade 97. So
I remember all those guys back then were on something, whether it was the roids, whether it was the pills, the cocaine, they were like, all on shit.
I feel like people don't understand that. And again, I'm not calling them out. Like, I've had my own problems. I'm not talking shit about him. I think Sting is a whole, like, I mean, obviously one of the greatest performers of all time. But that's one of the reasons and you couldn't even watch the match. Like, he's skittish and like, I don't know.
We got a Cyrax with a $2 super chat. Does Ralph ever watch or like King Cobra JFS? I know who that is, but I haven't watched him. I've reacted to some of his stuff. Did you ever see this guy? Did you ever see him eat the weird shit like the snail sandwich and stuff?
Is it the guy that cooks weird shit?
Yeah, it's fucking bizarre what this guy eats.
I have seen it, and I will mute my response for YouTube because like I just think he's weird and
fair enough. I think that's a good description.
Yeah.
We
like,
got
I could if I was on Rumble and that was that alone, I would say something else. But honestly, like, I mean, that would be mean too. Like, I don't wish the guy ill.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck?
Uncreative Deconstructionism did a $5 super chat saying there's a fun fact that Ethan won a trophy at his own tournament. Is that you threw a tournament and you won?
That is true. I won the bowling championship trophy at my own bowling tournament. That is true. And they think that I have the trophy. The trophy is actually in Virginia at a friend's house. I don't have it. I live in Mexico, Merida, actually, but in the Yucatan. But I don't actually have the trophy. But yes, I did win the trophy, fair and square, no cheating whatsoever. I won it 100%. Nobody interfered. It was totally on the up and up. There was no interference whatsoever. I won the championship.
All right, Silas with another $2 super chat. And he's talking about someone in Hogan, but I don't understand what he's saying, so I'm just gonna kind of move on. But thank you for the $2. Efren with a $2 super chat. Before I don't even know what this another one. It's another thing I don't know what he's saying, but thanks for the contribution. And then we had a tip, a $6.66 tip, so it must be from the devil himself. Let's see here. Okay, here's an interesting one for you, Ralph.
Okay, go ahead.
What are your top 5 ECW wrestlers of all time? Like, what's your top 5 ECW roster?
Okay. Rob Van Dam, Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, Raven, and Taz.
I probably would have said the same. A lot of people would have put Sandman in there, but
yeah, I could have put Sandman in there, but like in terms of, I mean, come on. I like Sandman in terms of entertainment, yeah.
But wrestling skill, nah.
Yeah.
He's entertaining as hell to watch. I get you. I hear that.
Yeah.
We've got let's see, Sat Lee with a $5 super chat. Awesome show. And of course, they want me to ask you questions about Kino Casino, which I'm not going to do. But thank you for the $5 super chat.
You can if you want, Phil. Man, I'm not scared.
I get it, but I also want to get to wrestling too. You know, these guys they want to extend this all night, and we do need to get to the actual wrestling commentary at some point. So they're trying to pull us into the drama sphere here.
Yeah, I understand.
Kino Tech USA with a $5 super chat. Hello, Phil and Ralph. Would you consider? Oh, I don't know who this is. Do you know who Grace Thorpe is? I have no idea who that even is.
I do. She's a skank, and she should be left by the highway. So
I don't know who that is. So there you go. It was probably another jab on you.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. It wasn't even a jab on me. It's a jab on her. Like I don't know. She's fat now. She used to be cute at 23, but now, or 22. Now she's 23, and looks like she didn't just smash the. You know the crash dummies. Do you remember the old advertisements where the crash dummies would hit the wall?
Oh gosh.
Like that's what she looks like now, Phil.
Wow.
And, you know, I feel bad for her, and I honestly hope she can turn it around. I'm not kidding. I actually do. So
we got Double J Gloom with a $5 super chat. Ralph, did you ever watch Vicious Vickers wrestle? I don't know who that is either. So again, this is all shit going over my head. Do you have any idea what that?
No, I didn't, but his wife accused him of raping her.
Oh my god. So, every reference has drama behind it. Every single name we're dropping. Is there a single person we brought up that's not crazy drama somehow? What is going on?
His wife said he raped her, and also she's working on a screenplay for me too. So you know.
Oh my goodness. Alex from Phoenix with a $5 super chat. Ralph, who should have ended the streak? Or did WWE actually book it right with Brock Lesnar? What is your take on that?
No, that was a complete misfire. I don't think the streak should have ever ended, actually.
Damn. Even now, you think he should have kept winning?
No, I think Undertaker should have kept winning all the way through, unless you want to put over like, maybe a Punk, maybe like and Punk lost, right?
I was at that WrestleMania. That match was sick. Punk and Undertaker.
It was awesome. Yeah, I was gonna say it was an awesome match. Like, maybe if you're gonna put over a Punk, maybe if you were gonna put over, you know, somebody. I mean, the whole point, like, I hate to explain the business to these marks, but the whole point is to have legends put over the younger talent, right?
Right.
And so,
but Brock was totally not over. How he needed the bump.
Exactly. Yeah. No, he did exactly. He didn't need the bump at all. It was a shock moment. It was like a what the fuck just happened. And so I'll give them that. Like, that's the only reason I don't just throw it out the window. But I would have given it to a younger talent.
I agree completely. I think I get the shock factor, but they could have waited and done it much better, in my opinion. So,
yes.
Actually, Real John and Potter gifted a second sub over on Kick. So thank you for that. Wow, this is going on and on, Ralph. This is insane. All right. So just check this out. We just had
I just saw a 100 spot come in.
Yeah, it's just nuts. So we got Silas did another $2 super chat, but it's something silly that I'm not going to read. $100 super chat from Brandon Harris. Screw all the drama. Long live the Ralph Mail. I actually donated to the wrong chat before. I guess I'm a drunken idiot. Whose chat did you donate to? Don't tell me you donated to the Restreamer. Oh, God. Fucking,
No,
that
don't do
sucks,
that.
dude. That's terrible if you did that. He's
Nah,
like,
he's a great guy. By the way, Brandon Harris is a great guy. So
awesome.
Forgive him.
He says, let's keep this man on the show. If it ain't Mersh, screw the other 2 hosts. Let's go. Well, we are going to have 3 weeks of tryouts, like I said.
Yeah, and look, I don't want to shit on the other hosts. You know, maybe they'll be better. I don't know, but like I am down, and I like the remake you did for the graphics too. That's pretty cool.
Thank
so,
you. You know, so it's pretty cool. The background, the ring is the actual original ring I used like 12, 13 years ago for the original show. But then I brought in improvements. I brought in new logos, all kinds of shit to try to make it look more modern, to have like a kind of throwback feel, but also look good, new as well. So
yeah, it looks good. I love it.
Shout out to Lady Charisma. She's the one who actually redesigned the logo to be them, because this is like the modern SmackDown logo, and she redesigned it to say Smark Guys for the show. So
Lady
thank you, Lady Charisma.
Is she hot? Is she single?
I would not know. I'm a married man, and I don't pay any attention to any of this stuff.
Well, I'm not. Well, technically, I'm married, but you know, whatever.
Review Dropbox USA with a $2 super chat. He says, which version of Kurt Angle is your overall favorite? Mine was Perk Angle. Oh man, poor Percocet's Angle. I totally remember that. Sad days in TNA when the poor guy was high as a kite, bouncing all over the place. That's for sure.
It actually wasn't for me. It wasn't Perk Angle. Nah, he was probably on Perks and WWE as well. But like,
probably, yeah.
It was the SmackDown Angle. That was my favorite.
Oh yeah, so. The original when he had hair.
yeah.
All right, guess what? We got 2 more packs of cards to open because we have over $300 of contributions so far tonight. Then we're going to get to wrestling commentary because we do have to get to it, folks, just so you know. But I appreciate everyone being so crazy, over the top contributing tonight. Let's see what we got for our 2nd and 3rd packs of cards tonight. We may get our rare pull. All right, let's see how this goes. Card pack number 2.
Wait, am I owed a piece of this if we get a rare pull, or like just kidding,
it's probably worth nothing anyway. To be honest, this is the funny part, right? So in the 90s, collecting was so hot, right? Like in the 90s, everyone thought, oh, I'm going to get that rare card. I'm going to get that fucking comic book alternate cover. So everyone saved everything. Today, even when you get this shit, the most it's worth is like maybe $100. Like nothing's worth anything of any significance, you know? This shit, and maybe if you get like the autographed rock card, 1 of 1 in the world, it's worth
if you
$1,000
got 1
or
of the 1,
you know?
you would. Yeah, okay.
But that's about it. So, all right. So I got to do the focus again, or else this is not going to be visible because the stupid camera doesn't autofocus right. There we go. All right. First card of the night from Monday Night Raw. I really should put my glasses on for this. It is. Oh, dude, this is insane. I got to put my glasses on. Who are these people? I never fucking heard of these people. Who is this one?
So I want to say this, and this is going to sound mean, but it's Shinsuke Nakamura. It's not Shinsuke.
It's Shinsuke, not Shinsuke, right? You don't pronounce it right that way? Okay.
No, it's Shinsuke Nakamura, and it's Asuka.
Asuka, not Asuka. Asuka.
Asuka, yeah.
No, it's fine. Correct me. I pronounce everything wrong.
I hate to be a fucking
dude. I've been playing this game,
like
Suikoden. I've been playing Suikoden for 2 weeks, and I haven't pronounced the name of the game correctly once yet. So it's all good. No worries there. So who the hell is Katana Chance? Who is this?
You even lost me on that.
Do we don't know? How are we opening packs of WWE cards? We watch the product and we don't know who the people are. This is embarrassing.
You lost me on that. Yeah.
All right, NXT. Let's see who this is. NXT. Another female that I'm not gonna know.
Please let it be Vacker just slamming her pussy into my face.
It's Jasmine. Jasmine? Jasmine Nix. Who the fuck is Jasmine Nix?
Nobody.
Well, the card is nice. You can look at the border. It's like one of those cracked
effects. The
card
looks sick. I'm not gonna lie.
The card looks nice, but the wrestler is questionable. Is it even a wrestler? I don't even know. I think they're making these names up at this point. This one, Hogan. A Hogan card. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
And it's I don't think it's rare. Now, it's not one of the rare ones, I don't think, but it is the nice border. It's
So
got that
cool,
rainbow
though. That's
color.
so cool, though. Yeah.
An actual Hogan card, but I don't think that's the rare one because the rare ones are numbered. They'll have like a number on the front, and this one doesn't have a number
Yeah.
on the front.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's not the rare one, but it's not still nice. Hogan ripping the shirt. There you go. And then lastly, in this pack, oh no, no. I knew I was gonna get her eventually. It's fucking Nia Jax, man. It's Nia Jax. Terrible.
Jesus Christ. No.
Nia Jax. All right. Luckily, we have another pack to open. And fucking Nia Jax. All right. So the third pack of the night, maybe the last.
So you're telling me we've had $200 of donos and like we still have more packs to possibly open.
We're going, man. This is crazy. This is a good show,
dude. Like, I mean,
here we
I
go.
don't know. I don't want to pimp my own self out, but like
You're doing a good job, that's for sure. You're getting the people excited, that's for sure. From NXT, what is with all these female? What is this NXT female wrestlers? Who is this,
dude? The NXT, you're missing out, dude. Look, man, I have to get you on NXT.
Izzy Dame? Who is Izzy Dame? Again, another one. I've never heard of her. Izzy Dame.
Another dumb whore. But like what I'm saying is you have to get on NXT. Like you have to, Stephanie.
I'll have to check it out.
Here, like,
considering all the cards I'm pulling are NXT cards, I guess I have to.
You have to get on NXT. Like, oh my gosh, she's Chilean. She's like, holy shit. Anyway,
We've got this guy I know from because he used to be on the WWE NXT UK show, Mark Coffey. I know the Coffey brothers. And this is the rare variant that has not only
that's nice.
the rainbow border, but it's black and white as well. So that's
cool.
That's like the double variant, but it's still not worth anything. It's not the number. The numbered ones are the ones that are worth something. This is probably worth like a couple bucks, you know. But it's a nice card. The Mark Coffey of the Coffey wrestling family. We've got another and dude, every fucking card is NXT. Jada Parker from NXT. Who? Jada Parker.
I mean, no, I know Jada Parker, but
she any good?
Yeah, she's good, but she's not Stephanie Vacker. I'll say back here. However the fuck you want to say her name, but no, she's not her.
I swear, I did not buy the box that said it was all NXT. I'm getting literally all NXT. The last card of the night is who the fuck? Let me put my glasses on. I can't even read this one either. Oro Mensa in NXT. Every card was NXT. Oro Mensa.
Yeah.
I guess they knew you were coming on. They knew that you watch NXT. It's all NXT cards tonight.
Well, I wanted to get, but it's a lot of content to watch every week, right? Like, so
it is. It's a ton. Even just me watching Raw and SmackDown's a lot.
It's 2.5 hours of Raw. It's 2.5 hours or less of SmackDown, or excuse me, it's 3.5. I have mine where it's cut off commercials, right? So I don't have to watch that. So it's like 2.5 hours of SmackDown. It's about 2 hours of Raw. And so to go through all that and to take notes and think about what you want to say, you know, that's a job in and of itself.
Yeah, it is. It's a ton of time investment. All right, so we got through 3 packs tonight. If we hit $400 of support, we'll do another. Let's see. We had a few more contributions. Wow, there is no way I can figure out what currency this is. Someone tipped me in a foreign currency. I have no idea what this even is. So I'm just going to ignore it. If you want to tip me in USD, or else I have absolutely no idea what that even is. That's ridiculous. It's some friggin', I've never heard of it. Some country on the other side of the world. It's probably like, you know, Rubonium or something that they're tipping me in. I don't know what that shit is. Okay.
You know what? I tipped you. That was actually me that tipped you in pesos.
Oh no, I know that was you last week.
Days ago.
Yeah,
that was me. But yeah, anything else? Fuck them.
We got Matt Vickers who did a $5 super chat. Hi boys, loving your new collab. Here we go. Ralph, my wife and I are excited for you to come and visit sometime. She keeps talking about you.
He talks about me and to me a lot actually. And so I'll just leave it there.
Trying to see where we're at. Nice. So now we're at 374 and climbing. We've got TB with a $5 super chat. How's about a drink, Phil? Oh, I'm drinking, but I'm just drinking filtered water tonight. I'm not having liquid tonight. I actually got to be able to do the show tonight.
Phil, you know what? This is another thing. They're like, Phil's a drunk. Like, that's what they say, right? Like, first off, I don't care if you are like, who gives a shit, right? Like who cares about what another man does with his,
They just
money?
try to say anything,
But like,
anything that they think
they're
would be a
like,
negative
Phil
toward me.
drinks gin all the time, and he's totally out of it, and you don't ever seem out of it. So
I'm
like,
literally on stream, what, like 10 hours a day, 6 days a week? Like, how could you say that I'm out of it? Like, what the hell are you even talking about?
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, I don't get it. Like, you could say I'm out of it here and there, but like, I can't. I just don't understand. I don't get it.
All right, we got Clammy V who did I believe this is an Australian super chat, so it's worth 2. Thank you. Thank you, Clammy V. We've got Slayer with a $2 a Singaporean super chat. He says Izzy Dame is actually part of a culling group in NXT. So I guess that's the name of their faction is the culling. Thank you, Slayer. And then I can't read this. This guy's name is Utz. I'm supposed to fucking read that. A $5 super chat. We love Ethan Ralph tonight on Smark Guys. There you go. You're a fan favorite tonight, Ethan.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate that.
one more.
I came on here to have fun, dude. Like, I wasn't. There's no alternate agenda at all. So
I got one more. It's a $2 tip, but they're trying to ask about something that I don't know about. I'm just going to say thanks for the 2, but we have to get to wrestling now, or else we're never going to get through because we've only got about an hour to an hour and a half to do actual wrestling commentary. So I might actually be skipping a little bit through the shows so we could actually finish the show on time tonight. But all right, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, an hour and a half into the show, it's time to actually talk. I mean, we did talk about pro wrestling. We just didn't talk about the current product, but now we will.
Yeah.
So this week, we're leading into, WrestleMania. We're on the road to WrestleMania. And WWE is continuing on with their big European tour. Every show is somewhere in Europe, and the crowds are hot, and it's these arenas that are different. And it's fun because the crowds are so hot right now. This is kind of a great time to be doing that Euro tour. If you get a dead crowd on the road to WrestleMania, it could really kill momentum for something that they plan to be interesting. So I'm happy that they're doing these European tours right now. So SmackDown this week, March 21st, this past Friday, was from Bologna, Italy.
Yep.
3 big matches were on the card. First, it was going to be Jade Cargill versus Liv Morgan in a singles match. Then there was going to be. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say Liv carried her. Jade Cargill is actually. I mean, she has potential, but Liv carried the whole match. So
I think what it is with some of these women, like Jade, has the look. Right? She has the look and everyone likes the look.
Yeah.
She's the new China. Exactly. And people like that. But definitely she gets a lot of push. She gets a lot of attention no matter where she goes. But she's not at the high technical level yet. I think she needs more work. And then she got injured too, when she was out for a while. So, this is like her first real match back.
Liv totally carried her. She bumped all over the fucking ring. And she won. She should have went over. Now she won by heelish tactics, of course, because she's a heel. But like she when it comes to who should have won it should have been her. And without Liv in that ring, Jade Cargill would be a stiff. I mean, it'd be like me in the ring, right? You know what I mean? Like so minus the dark chocolate and all that, but and I'm not saying she's shit. Like, I don't think she's shit. Like, she has a high ceiling, but she's not yet to reach that.
Let's see. This show also had Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu in a singles match. It's actually their first match since way back before the Royal Rumble as a singles match. And CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins are all in the building, and everyone is suspecting that they're going to have a crazy triple threat standoff to see, to talk about what happened in that steel cage match the week before. So, first segment of the night, official segment of SmackDown, Randy Orton comes out to his Voices theme. Pretty crazy that Randy Orton's been around for so long, and he still has the same theme song while so many people go through these different iterations and stuff that he's kept
great, though.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I mean, what, you want Def Rebel to fucking fuck his shit up like everybody else? Like, fuck that. Like,
of course not.
No, of course not. And I see we have, 10,000 people watching just on your channel.
You
Like, there's
know,
no telling
that's
how many
just the
people
fucking
watching.
assholes view botting. I know, I pay no heed to that. That's why I said I don't watch. I don't look at the
Do
views.
you think? What?
Oh yeah, it's view bots. It's totally idiots coming in trying to do dumb shit. I pay,
What?
this is
Why would they even do that?
because
Like,
they're morons. Because they're literally just to get attention. There's no point in even bringing it up.
what I'll say is Orton. I have my notes here. For the Orton thing.
Yeah.
I thought Orton was great, but Owens. So what makes a great heel is they have a reason to be a heel, right? And so everything Kevin Owens has said for the past 6 months makes sense. Like
Hmm.
it's not that he's like psychotic. It's that like he is actually telling the truth, quote unquote. Now you could say, he's whining, whatever, but like what makes him a good heel is he has a reason to feel how he feels. Now you still do heelish things, and we can talk about Cena later on, but yeah, I thought it was great. I thought Orton and Owens both did great in that segment.
Yeah, you're right. Like what they're doing with these heels is kind of interesting. They've also done exactly the same thing with Drew McIntyre, where he has been screwed over time and time again with these plot lines, and it was always either the Bloodline or Damian Priest, and then he expresses that, and it's everything he's saying is true, but they're still portraying him as the heel in the situation, even though technically he's right about everything. Um,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
so what happens in this segment is Orton comes out and he's going crazy again. He's international crowd. The crowd absolutely loves the guy. I think everyone does at this point, even though he's not always a face. Everyone just loves Orton at this point. He's done his dues and he's just a fan favorite. So he basically comes out and KO comes out. He's interrupted by KO actually, and KO basically says, "I kind of just want to let bygones be bygones. What I did to you, you didn't deserve. When I pile drove you those months ago." And kind of took you out. And what I actually want to do is I want to team up with you and do a tag match at WrestleMania where it's you and me for the tag titles. And if for one, like maybe half second, maybe you think maybe they'll do that. And you're like, no, there's no way they're going to fucking do that. And of course, they turn it around and Orton says, nope, shove your apology up your ass. I'm not going to tag with you. Um, I watched the version that's on Netflix and they always edit it and it sucks because I think he calls him a bitch, but then they
He
censor it.
does
So it's
call me
hard to
bitch
say.
several
I,
times, actually, yeah.
I hate that they censor this shit on Netflix, but so
Dude, I
they
gotta get you an Extreme Wrestling Terms
yeah.
invite. But anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
And then they end the segment basically says, I'm gonna kick your head off in Vegas. Basically saying like he's gonna go back to old Orton, the Orton that used to punt people, left and right and didn't really care, even though people are pushing him as like the face. He's gonna get his big revenge on KO at WrestleMania. So I thought the segment was pretty good. It's a good setup. Now we kind of know that's the destination they're going. I'm curious if they're just going to do a regular match, if there's going to be some kind of a stipulation, because if you're going to have like punts and stuff in the match, maybe they got to go no DQ. I don't know. I mean, KO just
I,
did
I,
the crazy match with Sammy, so I don't know if doing something like that is going to feel special coming off of that match.
I I agree, but like I don't know. It almost has to be like no holds barred or something like that, right? Like
I agree.
I like if not, it doesn't really make any sense because like the punt itself is a bar maneuver in WWE, right?
Right.
So like doesn't really make sense unless they do something like that. But I don't know. We'll see what they do. I like the idea of Owens versus Orton. The only thing is, I met Kevin Owens. He was Kevin Steen when I met him, but I think he should go over. Is what I think, but I don't think he will.
KO hasn't won a match in quite some time. He always has these feuds and he just ends up the loser at the end. It's like
He ends up losing. Like he carries the whole feud and then he loses. So
he's the big
like,
jobber at the end. Yeah.
I,
Give him
yeah,
one. Give him one.
yes, exactly. I think he should win. I don't think he will, but like
The other thing
that's
is,
my
there's really no stakes here. It's not a title match. It's not for, it doesn't matter who really wins the match. It's just going to be a good match no matter what. So I kind of agree. Maybe they should give him the one up on this one. Okay, so up next was a tag match, and it was going to be Damian Priest and a mystery partner against Nakamura, and Drew McIntyre. So Priest comes out to one of the badass entrances. I really like Damian Priest's entrance now with the fire and the rock music, the metal and everything.
Me
I think
too.
it's kind of cool. And then the weirdest thing, so then it says Jimmy Uso is his partner, but I swear I missed the entrance. I was like, did he come out? Like, was there entrance? I don't know if they cut on because I watched the
They
Netflix
cut it.
version. They cut the entrance completely. I was like, damn, this fucking guy, his brother's on top of the world. This guy is like a turd. They just like toss him in the ring, you know, they didn't give him a fucking intro or nothing, even though he was the mystery.
They call him, by the way, they call him Big Jimmy now, which means he's
Yeah.
Fat Jimmy. And so, like, anytime they call you Big so-and-so, you're fat, right? Like that. It's
Yeah,
like Big
it's weird because they
Jimmy,
say
right?
Big
Okay,
Jim.
so-
I thought they meant that he was tall, but he's not. Like he's the same height as Jim.
No,
So-
no, they mean Fat Jimmy. That's what they mean. And so, like, I kind of felt bad for him because I was like, okay, they're just calling him Fat Jimmy, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was still, you know, a good match.
It was it started very chaotic.
It was short, but like it was still not a bad match.
In a brief summary, what ends up happening is Priest ran up the ramp to attack Drew. Drew didn't even get to the ring. And then there was a double team on Priest, but then Jimmy came and saved with a big dive. You know, they went back and forth for a bit. It was very short. It wasn't a long match by any means. And Priest ended up going over with the South of Heaven finisher on Nakamura. After he got the pin, he was attacked by McIntyre and got Claymored in the face. And basically, McIntyre kind of bent over him and he says, all I have left is this, so I'm just going to keep putting you down. And this is just a follow-up to what he had said the week before, that really it was Priest who had eliminated all of the chances that Drew had to actually get to WrestleMania and have a title shot. He was the one who beat him at Elimination Chamber. He was the one who the week before, or the year before, had beaten him in big title matches. So kind of he sees him as the thorn in his side. And now I'm just going to make you pay. Hey, I can't win any kind of title. I'm just going to beat the crap out of you all the way through WrestleMania. So I guess it gives him something to do.
Priest went over with the choke time too. So, you know, I'm not a huge Priest guy, but like he's a good worker, and you know.
Here's the thing. I like his look. I like his look. I like his entrance. I like his ring work. He doesn't have a story. Like, where's his storyline right now?
Yeah,
he doesn't really have anything.
Like, it doesn't really. I don't know. It doesn't really move me. Is my only thing. So.
We had a LA Knight and Braun Strowman like quick promo in the back. It says LA Knight's going to watch the match because the winner of Braun versus Jacob Fatu tonight actually will get a shot at LA Knight's U.S. title at WrestleMania. So it's kind of giving some stakes now to the Braun and Jacob Fatu match. This next segment, I hate when they do this. I don't know about you, Ethan. What do you think about the side-by-side interview split screen where the people who are being interviewed are in different rooms? I've never been a fan of this style. I don't know.
I'll tell you this, and so I'm gonna disagree with you actually.
Oh, okay.
Because I like that because it's old school. That's the stuff they would do back in like the 80s and the early 90s, and they're split screen and they're talking shit even into the 90s when they're talking shit. Now I will say Tiffany Stratton came off way worse than Charlotte Flair. She came off like a B player compared to an A+ player. So I will say it worked out less for her, but I like the idea of the split screen, promos against each other. Like I like that. I think that's good.
See,
but
if this were the 1980s and we had the talent of the 80s, if this was like Roddy Piper, right, and he was going against Hogan or someone like that, then I'd be like, this was great. The problem is we don't have that caliber of talent anymore. Right, so when you've got Tiffany and Charlotte going at it, first of all, Tiffany to me looks like
Charlotte just owned her, dude. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, first of all, Tiffany didn't even look good. Like her makeup, it looked like she was sunburnt or something. Like the way that they did it, I don't know if it was the camera angle or the lighting or whatever. And then they gave Tiffany this weird script where she was talking about like splashing water or some shit. I was like, what the fuck is she talking about? Like. It was like Charlotte, you could tell, was probably doing it naturally. She's been doing this for years and years. So she's just talking over her. She's running over her. While Tiffany's like bumbling with a script. Yeah.
And
right.
she had a line that said, they're either booing or they're wooing. And I was just like, perfect. I was like, boom, there it is. You won this. Like there is no, you can't come back from that, right? Like
Yeah.
they're either booing or they're wooing, and she dominated. I like the idea of the split screen segment actually, because that's old school, and I like to see that come back. But Stratton got dominated, so
I agree. And since this is the build up to WrestleMania, you would hope that each of them would have maybe looked good, but it is what it is, I guess. Charlotte definitely walked all over in that segment.
yeah, no, she stomped her. Yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah, she stomped her.
Up next, we had the Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman match, which is now a #1 contenders match for the U.S. title. Jacob coming out. I really like Jacob Fatu's entrance. I don't know why. It just sounds badass to me. It makes it sound like this is a beast coming out, the way that he does it. And then when Braun comes out after, I remember like back in the day when Braun was debuting, he had just left like the Wyatt family and he was like the big monster among men. He was having these crazy feuds with Cena and stuff like that and Roman Reigns. And I'm thinking about that. I'm like, man, this guy has really lost his steam. Like he used to be like the top dog, the big guy. And now they've got him in kind of these mid-card fights and feuds. And I don't know if that's because he left, because I think for a while he had a falling out with the company and he got let go and then he came back later. I don't know.
And he's an enhancement talent now. That's what he is, right?
Yeah.
So he's not really gonna hold any belts. He's just there to enhance other people. And it's unfortunate because they built him up like he was like the kingpin, big dog. But like now he's just an enhancement talent. So
Yeah.
I did like that they did the DQ finish, and now it's gonna be him and LA Knight next week, and like LA Knight's probably gonna win, obviously, but like at least that gives him a little bit of rub, right?
Right. So to go off of what Ethan's saying here. So basically, it's a pretty good match, I would say. There's some heavy hits. Strowman
Yeah.
Express is getting hit clean. Jacob's getting really good hits. Both guys look really strong. The problem is Jacob Fatu is in the new bloodline. And when you're in one of these heel factions, the plot is always that the heel faction has to cheat to get ahead. And so they just keep interfering. By the end of the match, basically, they just decide to outright attack Braun. And so Jacob Fatu is DQ'd. And of course, he's pissed. He's like, this was my chance at the title. What the hell are you doing? I could have still won. Why are you, getting this stupid DQ finish? So it's official that next week it will now be Braun Strowman versus LA Knight for the U.S. title in London. As the new bloodline was attacking Braun after the match, LA Knight actually ran out and saved him. And then they had kind of like a little face-off to kind of tease the title match next week. So obviously this is not the end of it. Jacob is either going to be, thrown into it later, perhaps at WrestleMania. Maybe there'll be some kind of a plot line with the bloodline now because he's angry at the new bloodline for costing him the match.
Gonna, that turn is coming. Yeah,
I feel it too. I feel like that's going to fall apart very soon.
So about that.
There was an interview with Kathy Kelly and Liv and Raquel in the back, but I didn't really get much out of it. I just kind of put, it was kind of a pointless filler interview. Didn't really feel like anything of interest happened there.
You know what I said was Liv plays the perfect bitch. And that's what I wrote for that, and she does. And that's what she's supposed to be, right? Like
right.
the perfect bitch. And I think she held her own, and she, spoiler alert, she ended up winning her match later on too. So I thought she did well.
All right, so the next match was Piper Niven versus Zelina Vega. Now, for those who didn't see Smark Guys last week, what had happened was Zelina kind of wanted to challenge Chelsea Green for her women's U.S. title, but basically it was like, well, you can't do that yet because I got my new entourage, right? It's like, all right, well, you know what? I'll go through your new entourage. I'll take on Piper Niven next week. So you think what the plot line is going to be is that maybe Zelina will get a push here and she's going to like start running through the entourage to eventually get to Chelsea Green. But Zelina enters, and again, I'm just going to say this. I've been saying this the last few weeks. I don't know how you feel about this, Ethan. This music that they have on this fucking show is driving me nuts. Half of the entrances are the worst shitty-ass mumble rap or like the women's rap.
Tell the difference. Yeah.
They sound exactly the fucking same. It could be the same song. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't be able to tell. They could play the same song 7 times. It all sounds the same to me. So it's like, oh, Zelina's debuting because she used to be in the LWO. Now she's debuting on SmackDown. It's her first singles match. Let's give her the same generic fucking song that all the women have already. It's not a good way, in my opinion, to make her stand out. I think it actually was a detriment. They should
You're
have given her
preaching to
something
the
unique.
choir, and also she put in a hell of a performance in the match itself. And she lost, of course. Spoiler alert to Piper Niven, but like, she put in a hell of a performance. She
Yeah.
carried the match really. But you know, the old interest music, Jim Johnson used to do it.
Yes. Yes.
Others. And like they all, you know, maybe some are you thought were corny or whatever, but you could tell everybody apart, right? And now it's like I can't tell anybody apart from the ones who have the old songs who were made before these fucking faggot excuse me, people showed up. Right? And so yeah, I agree with you completely. I did think it was a good match between Piper Niven and what's her name? I'm skipping through my notes here.
Zelina?
Uh
Or are you talking about, yeah, Zelina.
Zelina Vega. Yeah, it was a good match. It was actually a good match.
So here's the thing that I don't get. So it seemed like they were building up this big plot line that it was going to be Zelina's going to take on all of the regime and going to run through them and eventually get the match against Chelsea. But if in the first match of that series she loses, doesn't that kind of derail and deflate the whole thing? Like now, even if in future weeks, if she does good, like it kind of sucks because the first chance she had to show that she was strong and that she could hold her own, she failed. So I don't know what they were really getting at there.
I agree with you, but like she also did really hold her on though. Like if you watch the match, like she kicked motherfuckers in the face and she's taking everybody out, and it was only through overwhelming odds that she got defeated, right? And so you're right, she lost in the end. So it is what it is, but I thought Zelina Vega actually held her own and kind of had a chance to shine. Piper Niven shouldn't be going over anybody. This is retarded. But,
I don't know. Like Piper Niven, I felt was good. Again, a lot of these people were good when they were in NXT UK, but then as soon as they tried to adapt them into like the normal WWE style and plot lines, they just lost. I mean, hell, she was called Dewdrop for years. It was so fucking stupid. So now they're trying to get her into this new, this group, this regime with Chelsea. It's like,
the green regime. Yeah.
I agree with you. Zelina looked good. I just don't know how they're going to rescue the plot line when she already lost the first match. I guess we're going to have to see next week when they continue it.
And then WrestleMania is around the corner. Like I don't disagree, but I will say that Zelina carried the match.
I'll agree on that.
And she got, body blasted by Piper Niven. I mean,
she flattened
500 pounds like falling on you, like you can't beat
Yikes.
that, right? So like I agreed with the finish. Like if that's the finish you're gonna do, like that makes sense. But I don't know. I feel like there's a greater upside. And that's not to say you can't use Piper Niven, by the way, for some good things, but I don't think it's happening now.
All right, let's see here. We've got Jade Cargill, interviewed by Kathy Kelly. And Kathy says, "Are you ready for Liv? Are you ready to return? This is your first match back since you've been out, after the attack." She basically says, "Yeah, I'm ready. And when I'm done with Liv, Naomi's next." But it's just, to me, like Jade is the one. She's the athlete. She's the view. She's not the talker. That's for sure. Like when she's in this interview, I'm like, she's got a ways to go.
Can I say this? Jade Cargill sucks. And I'm just gonna be real. Jade Cargill fucking sucks. The only thing she has going for her is her look, and she's not really attractive either. Like she has the physical look. I mean, she's not ugly, but like it's also not like, whoa, gotta have her, So I feel like Jade Cargill is massively overrated. She's massively overpaid, and the fact that she's been put in a prime position like this is ridiculous. Liv Morgan is an absolute fucking superstar. She's like Alexa Bliss times two. And so, I'm tired of Jade Cargill. I wish she would just go away.
So this was the match. We had Liv come out first, and I actually never heard them say this before. They call her the Liv-Alisa, like the Mona Lisa, because they were in Italy. I was like, all right, that's kind of funny, the Liv-Alisa. Jade comes out, and this is the first time I've ever seen Jade Cargill's entrance because she was out during that entire time that I was watching.
Yeah.
And her entrance is interesting. I think they're trying to make her look like Storm from the X-Men because she's got the white hair, and then they got like snow coming down, right?
Look. That's the thing, DSP. She has the look. She has the physicality, but that's all she has. If you watch the match, and I've seen, like, I don't want to brag. I don't even know how many matches. 10,000. And who carried the match? It was Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan won. She's the heel. She won through heel tactics, but she was supposed to win because, like, Jade Cargill sucks. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, the idea of her holding a championship is a disgrace. And so, I don't, of course, WWE is not going to listen to me, but like, this is insane. She sucks. Now, that's not to say she can't get better. She can get better, but she's not on the level of Liv. She's not on the level of Stephanie Vakir. You talk about like King, like just queens. Like, I mean, they could immediately take over the whole fucking roster. Stephanie Vakir on the main roster right now. And then Liv Morgan, who's been putting in work for a year. And what about Alexa Bliss?
Yeah, where is she?
Who is also an all-time fucking legend. Like, I just am stunned that they're pushing this. What? Because she's and again, I'm not. It's not. It has nothing to do with racism. Like, she's just a big black chick who's muscular and like she can slap people. Like, that's it. And so I'm not sold. She can't cut a promo. Everything she does sucks. And so Liv carried the entire match, and she won deservedly so.
Yeah, basically to summarize the match, Jade starts hitting all these power moves, everything you would expect someone with that body to do, that kind of a build. Liv, about halfway through the match, finally kind of starts reversing and taking some advantage. Yeah. But then at end, the ending is where it sucks, because I wish that they had a real match with a real ending. Naomi comes out, distracts the ref, hits Jade with the belt. So now Jade gets like clobbered, and then Liv wins with the cheap,
but
1,
she's
2,
a
3.
heel, though, right?
It makes. I agree, but at the same time, I would have liked to see Jade either win legit or see Liv beat her clean instead of having to. But I get it; it's going to build up the plot for WrestleMania. We're going to see Jade versus Naomi, so I get it. I know why they're doing it.
Yeah, so. it's a heel finish. I understand what you mean. Like, of course, we would rather have a clean finish, but like, it was meant to further the Naomi Jade feud, right? It really didn't have that much to do with Liv. But if you watch the actual match, which I watched the entire match, and Liv carried that match, you talk about bumping all around the ring. For a person who is sort of green when it comes to, and I use that term for folks who know, maybe, sort of green when it comes to wrestling. And it's not that she can't be better. She can. Like, I'm not saying she sucks and like, oh, it's over for her. That's not what I mean. But she's not Liv Morgan. She's not, she's not even Bianca Belair. She's not any of these ladies who are already primed and ready to carry the torch. And I just fail to understand why they're pushing her so hard.
Well, we'll see how this feud gets built up towards WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean,
we don't know yet.
Hey, if she wins the title, like she's gonna, I don't know. If she does something at WrestleMania, okay. But like, are you seeing it?
WrestleMania? Of course I am. Oh yeah.
No. I mean, no, but I mean, are you seeing like Jade Cargill as a star.
This
right
was the
now.
first time I've ever seen her because, again, she's been off TV.
Well,
This
she's
is
been
her
out
first
for
match
like
back.
6 months. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Okay.
So I
But
got to
like,
get caught up. I'm the
what
one
you
who's being,
saw, what you saw, did you see like, oh wow, this is somebody?
It was
like, oh.
okay. Again, it was like a typical big man, big woman, like China back in the day kind of a deal. And again, first time I'm seeing it, I'll reserve my judgment till I see more. But I hear you. Like she was in she was in AEW. They did the same thing. Now she's in WWE. They're doing kind of the same thing. They're pushing the big woman. We'll see where it goes. We'll see if she has that star power or not.
It's not gonna go very far. And I see people talking. See one person actually talking about Alexa Bliss botched all the time. Ralph is pussy blind. Guess what? Alexa Bliss was the most over woman on the roster. You dumb fat person. And so, you know, if you can't understand that, then you're stupid. I don't know what to say. And there's a reason there was a pop when she came back. There's a reason that people still love her to this day. And it's because Miss Bliss, that's why. a botch. Like, who gives a shit? Like, you're talking like a classic IWC nerd. Somebody fucked up a move. Who cares? Like, this shit is not real. Like, I hate to spoil the bubble for you. But moves get botched all the time. Things happen. Alexa Bliss was the most over woman on the fucking roster. So you're talking to me like Jade Cargill could carry her fucking boots? Are you fucking serious? Anyway, I'll leave it there because
it's all good. It's all good. You got, that's fine sometimes.
I did cut myself. Phil,
you did. That was good. That was good.
Yeah, but it's ridiculous. Like,
all right. So up next, Drew McIntyre gets interviewed in the back, and basically, it was what we were talking about earlier with the same thing with KO. He basically says, "Listen, no one can prove anything that I've said recently is wrong. No one can poke any holes in my logic whatsoever. These people keep screwing me over, and it's not fair. And I've had enough. And I'm going to beat the shit out of Damian Priest. I'll see him in London." And that was it. It was basically like kind of a really clear-cut promo. But then all of a sudden, Seth Rollins walked up to him, looked at him, and laughed at him, which kind of is taking a stab at him. He's like, haha, I'm the guy who just beat your ass recently. And then he came, the crowd just started going crazy, I guess, because they still like Seth. So a little backstage.
They did. They really did start singing his songs and everything. Yeah.
They were crazy for him. But we'll talk about that later on in the show. Street Profits have a match. They are the new tag team champions of SmackDown. They come out and have a brand new theme song. And just like Zelina Vega, it's another generic mumble rap song. I can't understand any of it. It's just another crappy theme that sucks. So they come out and tonight they have a match with, I think they're called, are they Los Garza? I don't even know what their name is.
Los Garza, yeah.
Los Garza. And I know who they are because, like, when I was watching 5 years ago, one of them was just, like, coming into prominence. Like, so now they're a tag team or whatever.
I don't blame you.
They're all right. Like, I would say the match was okay.
I had to look it up myself, to be honest with you. But, yeah.
The match was all right. What I liked was Montez at one point was at a top rope. It looks like he was going to get hit by a finisher, and they did their double finisher on him, and he flips out of it and lands on his feet. And I thought that was an awesome spot because he is really athletic, Montez Ford. And to see him be able to...
Montez Ford is a superstar and could be a champion.
Hell yeah.
At one point.
I agree, and I think they were giving him a push a couple years ago like that, and it never really went anywhere, which is a shame. But I'm glad to see the Street Profits back up on top because I think they deserve it. I think they're a good tag team. And then he does his insane splash from the top to beat the Los Garza. So now it looks like it's going to firmly be Pretty Deadly, who are going to be the number one contenders coming up for the titles. And that's going to be the next, the next rivalry will be Street Profits versus them. Paul Heyman shows up.
Street Profits are going to win, by the way. But yeah.
I think so too. I think so too. Paul Heyman shows up in a backstage segment arriving, but the weird part is he arrives by himself.
Really fat too. Can we just say, like, I mean, look, I'm just saying, like, I love Paul Heyman, but like, man,
he's getting old, he's getting big, and it's a problem. All these people are just they've been on TV for so long, they're falling apart, and that's what happens when you get old.
It's tough at this point, man. Like, God bless.
So the mystery is with Paul Heyman arriving by himself. Is he going to ally with anyone? Is he allying with Roman Reigns tonight? Is he allying with CM Punk tonight? Like, no one really knows who he's really in the corner of. Why is he showing up here tonight? It's kind of the big enigma as he arrives. Let's see here. So, Pretty Deadly and DIY have a little backstage thing. And, Pretty Deadly is fighting Street Profits next week on SmackDown. And I guess they're saying next week, if we make sure that you win, make us first in line for a title shot. That's DIY. So DIY is basically saying, we're going to make sure that you guys win and then give us the rub, give us the title shot next week. And they say, no boy, no deal. So I guess Pretty Deadly are faces in this situation. I don't know because I don't really know the tag team or whatever.
And it's funny because this made no sense to me a little bit because they're really, I mean, in my interpretation, they're kind of supposed to be heels, but like maybe they're not heelish enough.
I don't know. I thought when Street Profits came back, I thought they were heels because they were attacking everyone with chairs, but now they're faces. It's like, okay, I can't make heads or tails of this plot line. It's very confusing.
I didn't understand that. I agree with you like 100% because I was like, okay, well, I mean, really, they should have took that deal, and now they're just gonna lose to the Street Profits probably.
Yeah,
but I didn't get it. And my cat's trying to get on my desk right now. Come on, Cleo, if you want to come up here, that's fine. But yeah, I didn't get that. Pretty Deadly.
At the very end of the segment, the Motor City Machine Guns walked up.
Turn them face at some point, like I don't know. But
yeah, the Machine Guns walked up and teased DIY, and we're like, ha ha. So now you guys are at the back of the line with everybody else. So I guess DIY really isn't in any kind of a title picture right now. All right, so main event. A SmackDown, the big confrontation. It's going to be Roman, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. They're going to have it out, okay? So Roman comes out as the OTC with Paul Heyman, okay? But the weird thing, and I've been calling this out ever since Roman returned weeks ago, is that he's wearing a T-shirt that actually says YTC. And it's like, so he's not...
the original tribal chief is what OTC stands for, right?
That's right. So I think YTC is supposed to now be your tribal chief because he won that necklace. He won the hula, whatever the hell it's called, the Hawaiian necklace thing. So I think he's changing his plot line or a new thing, but he hasn't announced it. So everyone still chants OTC. His screen entrance still says OTC, but he's wearing a shirt that says YTC. I don't know why they just don't change it so that people can understand what's going on. I would assume they're probably selling the YTC shirt, but I don't know why they haven't really talked about it yet. So crazy amount of chants and pops.
I agree with you, by the way. It's so funny because you picked up on the same thing I did, and I'm like, it doesn't really make any sense.
I don't know what they're holding out for. They could easily just announce this any week, you know.
And I'm glad you brought up this segment because I finally got my notes back up. CM Punk got by far the loudest cheers of anybody in this segment.
Yeah, I think so.
So like he blew the roof off the place. And he even, if you watch the segment, he says, "You owe me a favor, Paul."
Yes.
And Paul's like, "Oh no, what do you mean? Not right now. Not right now. You don't mean right now, right?" And then Punk looks at him, and then all of a sudden, Roman Reigns looks back at him, and then all of a sudden, Punk sneaks attacks him basically, and then it's like. I don't know. I can't predict what'll happen at WrestleMania, but like there's two or three things that can happen. So one is, Reigns just super Reigns wins. Or Punk wins via Heyman cheating.
The favor.
And joining with Punk, and we get the Punk versus Cena feud right after. Once Cena wins the title against Cody. Or we have the other option is Heyman joins with Rollins. Now
the wild card.
That's the wild card. That's the dark horse that can happen. But that's my view on the situation. I think almost I think Cena has to win at WrestleMania, honestly, at this point. But I mean, I guess we'll see. But
For me, for everything that's going on in SmackDown right now, okay, this is like the big thing. Like, I get it that, there's going to be other title matches and things going on. But for me, like, I think that this triple threat is going to be very exciting because you got the three guys that maybe you thought they were going to be in the title picture. You thought they were going to win the Rumble. You thought they were going to win the Elimination Chamber. And none of that came to fruition, but they're all big highlight stars. They're top of the marquee. And if they're not going to be in the title picture, putting them all together like this
I agree.
in a triple threat is a pretty exciting match. I'm down for this match. Like, I wasn't sold on it, but now the way that they're finally starting to build it, I actually think that this match is going to be pretty good, and I'm getting excited for it. Now, this segment was good. It solidified the match that this is going to happen, and you have the X factor with Heyman. You don't know which way he's going to go. You don't know if this is going to lead into future plot lines with either Cody Rhodes or Cena. I'm liking this match for sure. I think this is the best thing right now on SmackDown, and I'm actually looking forward to them kind of hyping it up further in future weeks.
I agree 100%. Like, I'm usually like triple threats can be good, but usually they're not. They should be used sparingly. Let's just put it that way. But like, I think this is perfect. In terms of those three, it should be the main event on night one. Goes without saying, right? This should be the main event on night one, and whatever Paul's favor is or whatever he owes, it should be called in on night one of WrestleMania. Now, maybe that favor, he has a direct line with the final boss too, right?
Right.
Maybe that favor includes him, CM Punk being included into the main event on night two as well, right? Like, so like we really don't know. Like, I mean, that's speculation, but I think this should be the main event on night one. Those three, even without the special favor being called in, this should be the main event on night one.
All right, cool. All right, that was SmackDown.
I mean, what else is gonna be the main event? Jey Uso and Gunther? Hell,
I agree. That's
like,
I feel like that's a curtain jerker match. That's an opening match for WrestleMania.
You open that. You could really like do some things. Like, it could be great as an opener, but like that's not the closer. Jesus Christ.
Right. All right. So before we get to Raw, I want to do a few more shout outs for contributions that came in while we were talking about SmackDown. I think we may have to open one more pack of cards, and then we're going to do Raw, and that's going to be the show. So let's get right into it. We had Epic Gamer with a $2 super chat. So thank you to Epic Gamer. We have Sucker Punch Project with a $5 super chat. And it's something to do with your past, so I'm not going to read it because I'm sure that's probably something private or personal. Review Dropbox USA with a $2 super chat. And they said, Ralph, he's asking if your favorite wrestling romance was Lex Luger and Miss Elizabeth. I don't know what that's supposed to be.
No, actually, my favorite wrestling romance would be, I mean, it had to be Macho Man and Elizabeth, right? Luger and Elizabeth didn't have a happy ending, so no.
Right, that's for sure.
They were mad because I tweeted about that recently, and I was like, "Fuck you, Luger." But Luger's going in the Hall of Fame. It wasn't his fault. Like, a bitch OD'd. Like, he didn't make her take those pills. Like, whatever, shit happens. Like, so I don't hold it against Lex.
All right, we've got Andrew with a $20 super chat. Ralph is a king. Stay up, brother. All right, that's very nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
That's a nice comment too. Lord Licorice with a $2 super chat. Hey, happy birthday, PFP. Enjoy the L tonight. There you go. I don't know if it's actually his birthday or not. I have no idea. Greg with a $3 Australian super chat, which is about the equivalent of like $2 USD. And he says, he's saying something about you I'm not going to read. The FBI YouTube division, which I'm sure is official.
You know what? Read it.
No, I'm not going to read that. It's I'm on YouTube. I'm not going to read that. I know what it's a reference to, so I'm not going to read that.
Fair enough.
So the FBI YouTube division with a $5 super chat says everyone hit like because Perspicacity is trying to flag the stream down tonight. I don't know if that's true or not.
You know what? I don't think so.
Everyone on the planet tries to flag my streams down. It never works.
I think he actually is watching this. I think he was looking forward to it. We had a parting of the ways, and he hates you actually. which I never really understood. He was a co-host of mine for I don't know, maybe like a year.
Ah,
I never really understood the hate toward you, Phil. Like I just can't get it, right? Like I said this before on my own show. Like I can understand people hating me more than I can understand them hating you, right? Like I really just don't get it. And of course, he knows all your lore and all this stuff. And
or does
well,
he?
supposed lore, right? Like who knows, right? Like supposed lore. But he did seem excited for our crossover, and I think it's been great so far. So
So far, so good. I'm having a good time. So, all right. And our last contribution to shout out before we get to Raw, Melvin the Weed Wizard with a $5 super chat. This is a great show so far. You two have great chemistry. All right. Well, I'm glad to hear that you guys like
thank
it.
you.
And we now have a fourth pack of cards to open quickly before we
Oh
get to Monday
shit,
Night Raw. If you can believe, I might go do the whole box. This might be the. I only had 7
dude! How
packs.
much, are you serious? Like, are you like? It was.
Yeah,
This is the fourth pack.
the
Okay, you know
fourth
what?
pack.
Like it's
Here we
gonna be
go.
hard to beat me. I'm not gonna lie. In terms of like 4 pack, that means $400 were earned.
That's
right.
right. That's right. We're doing it every
So it's
100.
gonna be hard to top the Ralph amount. I'm not saying it can't be done, but it's gonna be hard. So open this real quick. I'm gonna step away because
Go ahead.
Smoke is yelling at me. I have 2 cats. You have Jasper. How many cats do you have?
Just the one. Just Jasper Katie.
Just the one. You're lucky. I have 2. But I'll be right back. And if you pull something amazing, definitely save it to show me.
Sure.
I'll be right
Absolutely. All right. Let's do it, guys. Let's do our pulls here. So our first pull of the night here, Monday Night Raw. I'm gonna have to get my glasses again. Actually, I didn't even know that this guy is on Raw. I know he was on NXT. I didn't know that he got promoted to Raw. Ilja Dragunov. I know that he had been the NXT champion for a while, and he actually had been in that. Oh, hold on, I got to do the focus. He had been in that feud with Gunther before Gunther actually got promoted to the main roster, and he is a big guy. Like everyone liked him, right? But I haven't seen him on Raw. Apparently, he's on Raw, but he hasn't been on Raw since I watched Raw in January. So I don't know. I don't know where he is in the roster right now. Ilja Dragunov, right? Okay. Up next, we've got a legend card. Okay. It is, hold on, Stacy Keibler, who I can't remember. I don't think we had this one yet. I don't think so. And this is a variant anyway. As you guys can see, this is the variant of Stacy Keibler that has the chromium
Stacy
border.
Keibler. Now wait a minute. Hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. What was it? Was it 48-inch legs? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Oh my god.
I
No,
remember.
they
I
literally
remember
had
the ring
no,
entrance.
dude.
I definitely remember the ring entrance.
So,
That's for
okay,
sure.
well, she was in WCW first, by the way, standards and practices. But she went to WWF. See, I'm going old school. She was in WCW first. Then they hired her, and they had a statue of her legs and her ass.
Wow.
And her legs, I believe they were either 48 or 58 inches long.
Wow.
Her legs. And if you see her now, look her up. Well, you don't have to do it right now, but like, look her up now. And Trish has aged great, but she's had a little work done. No problems, right? Like she did good work.
Right.
But like Stacy Keibler is a goddess. And she. Whew,
We got the variant too. This is the
God.
the chromium and the black and white variant. Again, I doubt it's worth anything. It's probably worth like $4.
I'll buy it
you know?
from you. How much?
There you go. Oh, for you, $27. I'm just kidding. All right. Let's
You know
see.
what? I might pay $27 for that motherfucker. Like, no shit. Are you serious? Like, I am a Stacy Keibler complete stan because she never had any work done, and she's come so beautiful to now. And Trish is awesome too, but she had a little work done. I don't blame her. Like, if you're on TV and you have work done, it's normal, right? But like Stacy Keibler just goddess.
This next card might actually be my favorite one out of all the ones that I have had. It's not even a rare one. It's a regular card, but it's the Iron Sheik, who is a fucking badass. Rest in peace to the
I
Iron
want the
Sheik.
Keibler. No. I want the Keibler. Are $27? Are you serious? Like
I was just kidding. No,
we're gonna have to negotiate over the Keibler. By the way, Iron Sheik, you're right.
he's such a badass. He's a legend.
Yeah.
Miss him. He's such a funny guy. You know, after he retired, he did all kinds of funny stuff on the Howard Stern show and stuff. Just a class act. He even tweeted at me once, which was really nice of him to tweet at me.
Are you serious?
Joke conversation. Yeah, you know, you could pay him and he would like do like a razzing tweet. Yeah, it was exactly right. It was funny. I went back and forth. I said, Sheik. I said, Sheiky baby, I love you, man. And he was so cool about it. He's like, I love you too, man. He's such a good guy. So rest in peace to the Iron Sheik. That's why it's my favorite card right there.
R.I.P. Indeed.
And then we have the last one of the pack. It is, who in the holy hell is this? What the? I never even heard of this guy either. Tank
Dude, I want that.
Ledger.
I want that Keibler.
Who the hell is Tank Ledger? Who is this fucker?
Not that guy.
Another NXT. Tank Ledger.
You know, I quit watching wrestling for like a year and a half during COVID because I couldn't watch wrestling without a crowd.
I agree. It killed it. It killed it without the crowd, man.
It sucked. I just could not watch it. There was one match I did watch, and it was the cinematic match between Undertaker and AJ Styles. But
yes.
other than that, I just could not watch it because it was garbage. And it's not the wrestler's fault, but like without an audience, I mean, it's just not the same. And so Tank Ledger can fucking suck on a
there you go. All right, we have a
yes.
woke center left did a $5 super chat and said, "Good to see Ralph Unleashed on YouTube again." I don't know why the woke center left would be saying that, but but I do appreciate the contribution.
For the center left likes me, man. Dude, do you know?
So.
Like we could do this forever. Like you don't like the funny part is we talked a little bit at the beginning about drama and stuff like this, and you know, we talked about wrestling and cars and all this stuff. We could talk about territories. We could talk about history. There's so much shit we could do with this show. Like, and again, I'm not trying to, you know, if you like.
Here is the thing.
Better,
right now, this
fine.
is the road to WrestleMania. It is important to cover the shows, but in the future, when things slow down, because they will, undoubtedly after WrestleMania, shit slows down. The shows get tiresome. There could be special episodes where we have conversations that are not even about the current product. We talk about classic stuff. You know,
every week either, right? Like it could be once, twice a month. Like,
it's like I said, I can rotate hosts out too. Like you know, you could be a recurring guest every once in a while. Just come back for the show, depending on how things go. You know?
I will just say this, and I'm sure I'm not speaking for you, but I'm sure you were afraid like I was gonna come on here and try to like fuck with you or like say some things.
Well, hold on, because we still got to do Raw, so that could still happen. All right, but it could still happen.
But like, I mean, you probably thought that though, right? Like, oh, Ralph, who knows? Well, you know what? If somebody's straight up with me, I'm straight up with them, and so that's just how I roll. And so,
good. I appreciate that. Me too. Like, I have no beef with anyone. People always have beef with me first for some bizarre reason. I don't give a shit. It's people who always name drop me first.
I don't understand. What is the problem with Phil Burnell, DSP? Like, I do not understand this at all. It's totally foreign to me. They call your supporters dense. Actually, the people who hate you are dense. That's what I don't understand. And believe me, I would love you to turn back into the King of Hate because I think that's fucking hilarious, right? Like I love that. Like I love talking shit to all these motherfuckers. Like that's what drives me. Like that makes me happy. But like you made a choice to say, you know what? I want to get away from that. I just want to do fun content. I don't want to be the bad guy. I don't want to be the King of Hate. Well, I do. First off. Second off, like why are they punishing you for that, right? Like I don't understand.
I want to step out of it. I want to step away, and I just want to do calm stuff. I don't need an audience of thousands. I just want to chill, and they don't like that. You know?
Yeah, it's just like I just want to do a fun, happy show, and yeah, maybe I choose somebody out here every once in a while, but like, it's not hate. It's just talking shit. Like it's just part of the business, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It actually it just drives. I won't say drives me crazy, but like I just don't understand it. So
All right, we got to do Raw. We've got roughly
let's
30
do it.
minutes left in
Let's
the
do it.
show. What I'm going to
Let's do it.
do, I took very good notes on the John Cena Cody Rhodes promo.
So did
So
I.
so all I want to do, let me read through it and then we'll comment on it. But let me get through it so we hit on all the points so that way the audience knows what happened too. So Raw was this Monday on March 24th in Glasgow, Scotland. Is it Glasgow or Glasgow? I forget how to pronounce it. Uh,
Glasgow, whatever, Scotland.
CM Punk
Yeah,
is there tonight, and it's announced officially. Yes, there is the triple threat match between him and Roman Reigns and Seth at WrestleMania. Lyra Valkyria will have a match against Raquel Rodriguez for the Intercontinental Women's Championship tonight. Dragon Lee will have a singles match against Chad Gable. Penta will have a Intercontinental title match against Braun Breaker. That's actually Penta's first title match since debuting in WWE back in January. And they announced 10,924 fans in attendance, which is bizarre because for the entire time they've been in Europe, they haven't done this yet. And now the fourth show in Europe, they finally start giving attendance numbers. So
I can believe it though.
I know
But maybe I'm
I believe
maybe I'm wrong.
here's my
Yeah.
theory. I think the theory is the arenas they're in the US have higher attendance. The arenas they've been in Europe have smaller capacity.
Well, look,
They were afraid to
so
announce the smaller capacity and make it sound like less people were showing up when in reality,
but
it's
the
just that the
Europe
arenas are
crowds
smaller.
are way hotter. And
Correct.
so you look, they sold out MSG, dude. I was at MSG in 2019. I was at WrestleMania in 2019. I was at New Japan in 2019. Like I you can't trust any number from a wrestling corporation, right? Because
Right. Yeah,
it's a work, right?
that's true.
But like, when I was sitting there and I have the video, maybe I'll post it after, of Stone Cold flipping off the audience in front of 19,000 fans. Maybe I'll post that. But like, I was there for that, and I I don't think they're lying. Like they sold out Elimination Chamber. They sold out Royal Rumble.
Yeah, they're doing great.
They're
Their
gonna
attendance
they're
is
gonna
great.
sell out Royal Rumble. I mean, excuse me, WrestleMania. Like they're killing it. Like this is what I told somebody else the other day, and they said, "Why would you want to do a wrestling show with Phil Burnell?" And I said, "Well, for one reason, Phil's not totally dumb to the business. He knows what it is. And second off is, I consider myself a smart up fan, who was born into this business basically, right? And Memphis. I'm from Memphis, and so right, like that's my life. Like I this is my lifeblood, and so they said, "Why do you have to have Phil?" I don't have to. But like the semi-casual fan is actually what makes the business go round. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
sure.
so, right, like so, like
All right, let's get to the John Cena promo.
internet Mark can say, "Oh well, this shit is fire," da, da, da. But it doesn't matter unless the casuals are involved, and if they're not involved, then it's a loss. So anyway,
So John Cena comes out, but it's his old promo or his old music again, going along with what he said last week that you're going to get no new music, no new merch, no new promos. It's just going to be the same thing. You don't deserve anything new. The entire arena erupts with John Cena sucks chants. It's overwhelming. All of Glasgow is just saying John Cena sucks. Says the last time is now both on the screen and on his towel and on his shirt. That's what they're still going with. So he hits the ring. He says, "Hey, something on your mind? I turn the spotlight on you, and I can tear any one of you guys apart that I want." Um, and then basically he starts saying about how he tore that kid apart the week before, in the arena.
And
But
he
that
did.
and
Yeah.
he did. That kid who was standing there probably was not expecting that John Cena was going to go at him like that when John Cena's always been the face.
But you
But
know that kid gave an interview, right? And he said, "I knew John Cena was in character, and I still love John Cena."
ah, well, that's nice. It's good to know that the kid was smart enough to know
He
that, and that
really
John Cena
said
doesn't
that.
really
Like,
hate him.
I'm not kidding. He actually said that. He said, "You know what? I knew John Cena was in character, and
That's good.
yeah."
So John says, it is weird because did you know WWE officially posted that kid's face all over the internet? And basically you memed this poor kid getting destroyed. You're all horrible people for that. How dare you meme that kid all week? Shame on you. You'll pay for the abuse that you put him through. You'll pay for the abuse that you've put me through all these years. This was all just me playing a big game of 4D chess with all of you. I was putting you through a big testing process. He says, all of your lives are sad. Your life is as good as it's ever going to get. To me, you're just a rat in a cage in my experiment. I'm liking these promos from Cena for the record. I think that these are quite good, and these are
Me
actually getting
too.
everything amped up for WrestleMania. He says, look at this. He even does an experiment, right? So he starts saying things. He's like, so when I say this, you'll do this. When I say this, you'll do this. And the crowd starts saying, what? What? The old Stone Cold response to everything. The what
Yeah,
phrase.
the what?
And then he
By the
says,
way, Stone Cold will be at WrestleMania. Like,
oh, I'm
there's
sure
no
he will.
doubt.
I don't know if he'll do
Yeah,
anything,
yeah.
but that's awesome. Hopefully he will be involved in something.
Yeah,
So
he'll be there. He'll
So
be there.
Cena goes, when I speak in rhythmic tones, you say, and then everyone goes, what? So they all played right into his hands. He knew that they were going to do the what chants, and he just immediately showed that he could control the crowd whenever he wanted. And it was actually really well done. He goes, it's so simple with you people. In April 2005, I gave you the WWE spinner belt. And all of you ate me alive for that. You said it was the toy belt. You said I was disrespecting the WWE's legacy. And then he says the best line, in my opinion. He goes, I am going to ruin wrestling for all of you, all the fans, all the wrestlers, everyone. At WrestleMania, I'm going to win my 17th title. And when I do that, I'm going to make you all forget about Ric Flair, who was the 16-time record holder. And he says, you're all going to just say John Cena from now on, and I'm going to retire with that belt. You will have to create another belt, a new one, a new toy belt, because I'm going to come home with the real one, and I'm not coming back.
You know why this was so brilliant? Because it's like, oh, I made the toy belt. Okay, now you're going to have to make the toy belt. Like, it was so... And again, whether it happens or not, but like, this was perfect. And so I think that Cena is going over at WrestleMania. I think Cena is going to win the title, and I think it's going to be a year-long chase against him and CM Punk and everybody else to get the title.
I think the way I see it, and by the way, just to tell you how it ended, and then I'll give you my take. So Cody Rhodes entered, and he says, you think you're going to take this title away from me? Well, I made a mistake last week, but you did too, which you said when I was in the, I don't know, I wrote the wrong notes here, but basically he says, I fought hard to hold this belt. The timeline hangs in the balance, but it's just because of your vanity. You want to take this belt? He says, what are we waiting for? Try to do it now, basically. Basically, he's calling John Cena a bitch. He's like, you're talking all this big shit. You're just going to take the belt. Right. You're going to destroy wrestling. Just take it from me now, big boy. Right. And John's basically leaves, says, nope, I'm just going to leave. And he walks out. And that's kind of cool because it's a slow, really gradual turn. Cena is flipping completely. I like this.
I don't want to cut you off, but
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I love that happened because, like, people, like, I read responses and they said, Cena was big dogging. Cody Rhodes, and he didn't respond to him, and this and that. That's a classic heel response,
right?
just leaving, throwing the mic down, fuck you, and maybe I'll talk to you, maybe I won't. Before WrestleMania. That's it. Like the WrestleMania match is the match. Like that's it. That's it. That's what people care about. Like nobody cares. Like I I saw so many reviews and they're like John Cena could cook Cody Rhodes on the mic and like he could do this and that and maybe he could, to be honest with you. But that's not what it's about, right? And so yeah.
Okay, so that was good. This is 2 weeks of pretty great promos from Cena and Cody Rhodes. I like where this is going. I can't wait to see where it goes next week. I'd like that we have all this series of shows leading up to WrestleMania to see where these promos go. All right, so up next, Jey Uso will have a mystery partner tonight versus A-Town Down Under, and his mystery partner of all people is his brother Jimmy from SmackDown. So the Usos have reformed here in an epic one-night-only match on Monday Night Raw. To be fair, I think that the match was decent. Jimmy started first. There's a couple hot tags back and forth. At the end, there was a double-team clean win, and then Gunther attacked. And then Jay, for like the third week in a row, did a botch where he tripped. But I actually think this week it was like done on purpose. Yeah. It definitely was. They were trying to capitalize on the real botches that had happened the last couple of weeks is what it was, right?
I actually think the real botch like did happen, but you know, they made a storyline out of it, right? And so that's brilliant, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, all right, so he slipped. And now, like he's not confident. He can't hit the moves he usually could hit, right?
Right.
And so I thought it was great.
I did too. I think I think the plot line is working, but I still don't think the match is going to be very good at WrestleMania. I still think Jay's just going to he's going to win easily.
Jay has to go over, or else there's no point. Like, I mean, like, you know, Gunther I love because like. He's old school and like he really should be the fucking world champion, right?
Yeah.
Like that like,
right.
You know
right.
what I mean? Like
he deserves it. He's the technical man. He's the technical master. He should have it.
Yeah. He should be the world fucking champion. But he has to lose, right?
Yeah, or else all this was for nothing. The entire thing since Royal Rumble was for nothing if he wins. So that it sucks. This is the one match. It sucks. You know the outcome. You already know the outcome. It's not very exciting.
If I was to book on like who I wanted to win and who I thought should win, it would be Gunther, because he's the real world champion. He worked in Europe. People don't know the history. Like, go look it up, motherfuckers. If you don't know, this guy worked his ass off in Europe for years and years and years and years, and he deserves it. But also, it's like, okay, well, Jay's the guy.
Yeah,
right? Like,
that's the guy that's selling the merch. That's the guy that's getting the chance. That's the guy that they want in that main event. And there's not much you can do about it when he's the one printing the money. They're going to put him in that spot. And Gunther's had a good run in NXT. He's had a good run on the main event or the main roster. I guess we'll see what happens after WrestleMania after he does the job because I think he's going to curtain jerk and lose. So.
If they shot me and Gunther wins, I would be laughing.
That would be mind-numbingly weird, and it would be a shock.
I won't be sad at all. Like I'll just be laughing. So,
okay, the next segment was Judgment Day in the back. Finn blaming everyone for all of his problems recently, and he says, "Hey, why not talk to Penta before his match tonight, Dom? Because Penta has the Intercontinental title match tonight, if you remember. So they're still building towards will Penta be recruited to the Judgment Day or not this week? That's kind of the ongoing plot that will be fleshed out later in the night.
Yeah.
There is a Adam Pearce segment where he is talking with Gable. Remember, Gable was supposed to wrestle tonight, but Chad Gable has a doctor's note saying that he's sick and cannot wrestle. But What a shocking coincidence that there's a new wrestler debuting tonight
Oh,
by the name of debuting tonight
oh,
by the name of
El Grande
Americano.
Yeah.
And he can take his place. And of course, everyone's like, that's you. And he says, no, it's not. So this is what they're going for, that
By the
El
way,
Grande will
Bill,
face
Bill,
Dragon Lee. Yes.
Do you know they called this racist?
Well, I mean,
AEW fans called this racist.
then I guess Mr. America was racist when Hogan wore a luchador mask too, right?
It's a joke, dude. That's the whole fucking point. Like, it's a fucking comedy. Angle,
Exactly.
right?
It's a joke. It's not serious, but these people are dumb. They're very dense. They don't get it.
Like, they literally called this racist. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I could point you to not even 3,000, probably 23,000 tweets of this being a racist angle.
That's so stupid.
But it's not. It's just silly. It's just stupid. And he's gonna get his comeuppance. And Ray Phoenix, who maybe people don't know, is the actual brother of Penta and the Lucha Brothers. That's not a joke. And so, like, that's actually gonna happen. So I just see I see these people on Twitter. I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about? But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, continuing. And by the way, I do, just to apologize, Ethan, I have to kind of turbo through the rest of the show because I have to end in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes here. We're going late on time. So we're going to try to get through just the results and wrap it up. And by the way, everyone, you've been a great audience tonight. Thank you for the support, for the respect. We're $13 away from hitting my goal, my third goal of the night. If we hit 13 more bucks, that means that I'll be doing a big reward on Sunday. So if we hit 13 more bucks by the end of the night, that'd be great.
I'm not showing up ever again.
We'll see. 13 bucks isn't a lot to ask for. We'll see if we hit it by the end of the show.
I'm not coming back. Fuck that. Like,
all right.
If you can't hit that, fuck that. Like,
we got next match was Raquel Rodriguez against Lyra Valkyria for the women's intercontinental title match. There was a lot of distractions with Liv Morgan trying to basically get Lyra's attention. There was a super leg drop. Liv kept cheating. Raquel was going to lose, and Liv puts Raquel's foot on the rope so that she wouldn't get, pinned. Lyra reversed a random, powerbomb attempt into a roll-up and wins the match out of nowhere. The thing was, I feel like the match wasn't bad, but I just don't like endings like that. A random reversal of a powerbomb into a roll-up. This is a title match. I want to have a grand end. Maybe Lyra would kick Liv off the apron and then, gets a finisher. Instead, it was just kind of a lame ending, especially because they had already teased that Lyra couldn't lift Raquel to do her normal finisher because she's so big. So it's just a roll-up finish. So I did think that ending was kind of lame. Bayley rushes in to help at the end because, of course, Liv tried to get a cheap shot at the end. So now it looks like Bayley is teaming up with Lyra, and that's confusing. Now, what's the next picture for the IC title for the women? We don't really know. Okay, Jay and Jimmy Uso on the stairs together in the back. Jimmy says, last week you were just a meme because you botched. This week you slipped.
Great.
You can't keep doing this.
Wait. This was a great promo. Go ahead. Finish, though. But
yeah, this is a great segment. I agree.
Awesome. This was awesome.
Basically, Jay says, I'm 3-0 versus Gunther. He says it backwards. So he botches again. He means to say I'm 0-3 against Gunther. He says I'm 3-0 against Gunther. And basically, Jimmy says, listen, we need the old Jay back. We need the right-hand man Jay, the guy who won the Royal Rumble, who was right-hand man to Roman Reigns. And basically, Jimmy says, I'm going to challenge Gunther next week. And Gunther says, yes, as long as you don't trip like your brother. So then Jimmy slaps him right across the face, and that's the end of the segment. So just like you had said, I like how they're turning this into
By the way, watch Gunther smile after he slaps him. Gunther is like...
He's a badass.
He's the old school badass, right? Is what he is. Right? Like you just said it yourself. And he took it for a second, and then he was like, good. Right? Like that's what he wanted. And so anyway, go ahead.
All right, next segment. Adam Pearce in the ring. And there's basically chaos right now because if you remember last week, it was Bianca Belair and Io Sky who were going to have a contract signing for the women's title. But then Rhea Ripley showed up attacked them both, grabbed the contract, signed it. So now there's uncertainty, like, how are we going to resolve this? And I had said this last week. I said, technically, Rhea Ripley is still owed a rematch against Io Sky. So it is weird that she's not in the title picture at WrestleMania. So the way they explain it is so bizarre, but the way that they resolve it is, so I guess next week there's going to be a match, and then there's going to be a match after the match. It's like a series of confusing matches.
No sense.
I thought what they were going to do with triple threat at WrestleMania, and that would have made more sense. But instead, they're like, we're going to do this match now, then this match then. It's going to be so confusing over the next 3 weeks. To be honest, I don't even remember what the match is next week. Is it Bianca and Rhea? Is it Bianca? Is it Bianca and Io? But then the winner will face Rhea. I don't even know. I was so confused.
One thing somebody mentioned to me, well, it was actually a Twitter thread, and they said Vince knew how to build WrestleMania better than Triple H. Now, maybe not the storylines themselves, maybe they weren't as good, but he knew how to make it a superstar event. And this is an example. Like, it's like, what are you even doing right here? Like,
yeah.
Just fucking, like,
it's too convoluted. They could make it more straightforward and more people would be behind it then. But now it's every week we got to have a cat fight. Every week we got to have uncertainty. So I've been clarified in my own chat. They said, so here's what it's going to be. Next week, it's Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky on Raw. And Bianca Belair is the special guest referee. Now, whoever wins the match faces Bianca at WrestleMania. Sure. So I'm sure that's going to go down fine, and Bianca totally won't screw them both over or whatever, right? Like, totally. It'll be a nice right down the middle call, I'm sure. Okay. There's a backstage segment. Dominic Mysterio is trying to recruit Penta to the Judgment Day and says, you can be the Intercontinental Champion tonight if you accept. So now it's kind of this big question mark. Is Penta going to join the Judgment Day during tonight or not? We don't know. And that's going to be in limbo during the match later tonight. There's another segment. The New Day demand a tag team title match for the titles at WrestleMania. Adam Pearce says that they should have a match next week instead. And that's it. So I guess New Day is going to have a match next week to see, I guess, if they're going to qualify to actually be in the tag team title picture at WrestleMania. New Day hasn't really been doing much. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. Do we have the Dragon Lee match versus El Grande Americano? Not Chad Gable. And
of course not.
It was actually funny. The theme they played was the old theme song of Lex Luger when he was the American, guy who was on his American tour, going across the country, the Lex Express, when he was wrestling Yokozuna. It was his theme, but they played it in like a Mexican style. So it was like a Mexican parody of Lex Luger's theme. I was like, what the hell is this? It was pretty darn funny. They constantly chanted Ole, Ole during the match, which also was funny. Lots of lucha-style moves during the match, but Gable suplexes Dragon Lee off the apron, keeps trying to go for a diving headbutt and misses repeatedly. Lots of kicks, flying moves, suplexes. Pretty good match, actually, I would say. This is awesome. It was so good, the crowd went crazy. The crowd actually started chanting, "This is awesome," during the match.
Really good, yeah.
And then I actually liked the ending, too. The ending is that, not Chad Gable, removes Dragon Lee's mask. Now, in the lore of lucha, if you remove someone's mask, that's a great dishonor. Your face should never be exposed to the crowd.
I've seen that happen.
So he's like, no, you can't see my face. And it basically leaves him exposed. And he gets him into the ankle lock, and he ends up winning the match. I was like, that was pretty nicely done. And the thing is, I feel like if they focus on this enough and they make this a good plotline to WrestleMania, it can work. But the problem is the rest of American Made has been a joke. They've just been like, they lose the tag team title match. What's her name? Ivy Nile loses the women's IC title match. So I don't know where they are in it. Are they even going to factor in, or are we going to forget about American Made and it's just going to be this El Grande Americano every week? If it is, I don't mind. I think that it's a good plot line. I'd like to see where it goes. Do you like it?
I like it. I think there were a lot of people like, this is a racist storyline. Like, dude,
no,
it's a
not.
fucking joke. Like, it's a fucking joke. Like, can you get over it for 1 second? Like it's gonna end with Chad Gable probably getting jobbed out anyway. So like, what in the fuck are you even mad about? Like, I don't really understand it. I have been to Lucha Libre AAA here in Merida, Mexico. And eventually I'll go to Arena Mexico, which is where CMLL, not Triple L.
Hmm.
It's the only arena in the world that was built for wrestling, right? And so I really want to go, and that's something I'm gonna do. But like, I don't know. I just thought it was so silly. I see people online. They're like, "Oh, they're disrespecting Lucha and
No.
da da da." Like,
It's
it's
dumb.
so stupid.
Everyone
It's so
online wants to
stupid.
bitch about everything. They just sit there with
Yeah.
their coffees in their hands, bitching about every
Yeah,
possible
it's
thing because
so
they have nothing going on in their
stupid.
lives. So
It's so stupid, Phil. Yeah.
the
I
next
agree.
segment, CM Punk comes in and he says, "I'm pissed off, but it's hard to be with an ovation like that because yes, again, the crowd was so hot all night and they gave him a giant ovation in Glasgow. He's, I'm not getting what I want at
Oh,
WrestleMania."
no. He
Hmm?
got the biggest
Oh,
ovation
I agree.
in Glasgow.
He did. They were going
I
crazy
want to
for
point
it.
that out. He got the biggest ovation.
Absolutely.
So
So he
I just want to
says, "I'm not getting what I want at WrestleMania, but I didn't get to win the Royal Rumble. I didn't get to win the Elimination Chamber. So I just don't have a title shot. But now this is becoming just business. Seth and Roman, they both got to go. Friday on SmackDown, we're going to do a contract signing. I'm sorry it's not tonight. It's next week. I wanted it tonight. But I'll see you next Friday. If either of you have never defeated me without the help of the other. They've only beaten CM Punk by actually assisting each other in matches previously. So he says, this time, I just can't wait to take you out. And that was it. It was actually a very short, sweet CM Punk promo that hit the mark. It did suck that it didn't have all of them there, or else there would have been another awesome segment like they had probably, they had done back on SmackDown. So, all right, this is it. The main event was Penta with an IC title match against Braun Breaker. Penta getting his first title shot ever. And the big question was, would Judgment Day cost Penta the win? Would Judgment Day help Penta to recruit him to the Judgment Day? We'll find out. Lots of good spots in this match, in my opinion. We had Braun Breaker from the ring apron doing that move where he does a flying clothesline on Penta, and Penta goes over the announce table. Really awesome spot that he's been doing a lot lately in his matches. Dominic and Carlito come out, and immediately there's hijinks because you're wondering, are they going to interfere? What's going to happen? Lots of back and forth between Penta and Braun. Let's go Penta chants pretty strong from the crowd, which is awesome. Backstabber by Penta to Braun, and Carlito gets excited because he's using his signature move. Military press to knees looks pretty brutal. Braun, he does this crazy good military press like his dad or like his uncle used to do, and then drops him onto the knee. And it's a really good move. It looks very impressive, and I think that's a great one there. Top rope reversal and a top rope helo for Penta. Then a Mexican destroyer, and it looks great. But Braun kicks out. So this is a really good match. It is back and forth between these two guys. Then all of a sudden,
I agree.
Dominic starts to try to get involved, and Penta starts screaming at him. He sounds angry. What are you doing? Why are you getting involved? Breaker goes for the Breakensteiner, which is the top rope Frankensteiner, but Penta kicks out of it. Surprisingly, Penta kicks out of this crazy move. So then Dom and Carlito decide to take things into their own hands, and they're trying to distract Braun Breaker. So Dom basically takes it too far, chops Braun Breaker, and it's a DQ. And it's like, oh, this was such a good match, man. To ruin it like the DQ like that really just kind of deflated.
It was great though. Well,
it's classic heel stuff.
You're right. Yeah, it's classic heel shit. Right. Like, I mean, you're right. Like, the match should have ended like clean, but like that's classic heel shit.
So basically what happens is the Judgment Day start to literally beat the living crap out of Braun. Even Finn Balor comes out, grabs a steel chair. He starts beating the crap out of Braun. Then they say, we're going to hand the chair to Penta. And this is going to be Penta's official initiation into the Judgment Day. Will Penta take the opportunity? Penta looks at it, throws it back to Dom, kicks it right into him. No, he's not going to team up with Judgment Day. I mean, after all, they just cost him his Intercontinental title shot. It would have been pretty stupid for him to do that at this point. And basically Judgment Day then decides, well, I'll just beat the crap out of both of them. And that was the end of the show. So it's good to see Penta not going heel, but at the same time, I guess now we have this weird triangle between Braun, Penta, and the Judgment Day. They're still teasing the Judgment Day breakup, and I don't know.
Ray Phoenix is coming in.
Is that what you think? That's what it is? Is that Ray Phoenix is going to come in to team up with Penta?
Well, I don't know if he'll team up or he'll go against. I mean, it could go either way, honestly. Yeah, Ray Phoenix is coming in for sure. So, like, I don't know if it's gonna be like on his side or against him, but yeah, he's coming in.
Cool. All right. So, guys, that is it. We have some final shout outs. Let's see if we hit the final goal of the night in these shout outs, and then we're going to wrap it up. We did go late tonight, but that's fine because it was a great show. Oh, we got a $2 tip that came in here from, someone is screaming that I should give you the Stacy Keebler card. I should just give it to you because you were such a great co-host tonight that this is your reward, is that I'll send you the Stacy Keebler card.
It's up to you. It's up to you, brother. Don't worry about it.
Maybe I'll do you a solid because you were a great co-host, and maybe I will do you the solid. We'll talk after the fact, see if maybe there's a way I can get it out to you. We'll see. And we have a $5 super chat from Sofa Ninja. Taste that Ralph Mail loyalty, Phil. And thank you, Sofa Ninja. So we are currently at $4.44. We are $6 away from hitting the final goal of the night, hitting 80 total goals for the week, and locking in my reward for when I come back on Sunday because I'm off for a couple of days. Will we have a final $6 contribution to tip off the night here, or are we going to end at $6 short?
If somebody gives $6, I get the card. Is that fair?
Fair enough. If we hit the goal, $6, I'll talk to Ralph and I'll get the card to him.
If somebody gives $6, I get to keep the card. Is that fair?
There you go. I'll agree to that. Can we do it?
Okay.
Can we get a $6 contribution here?
Can we get it? Can we hit it?
You know what the funniest part about that is? How much you want to bet for me to send you this card? It's probably going to cost like $100.
More than it's going to worth. Yeah,
it's going to be like, seriously, I'll pack it in something nice. You know?
I'll have it sent. I'll have you sent to Cali. Don't worry about it.
Like, okay, that'll be better because I'm right next to Cali. That'll work.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have it sent to Cali. Not.
Okay.
Myself, but
all right. Well,
if we hit $6, like I'm gonna get. They keep the card. No telling how many times I'll jack off to that. Are you kidding me? Like,
there it is.
Like,
we got it.
There it is.
Carl
Boom.
with the $6 super chat. Boom. He says, "Enjoy, King. We done it." So tonight we hit 3 freaking goals. One of the most successful Smart Guys episodes I've ever done by far. I would say the show went well. The chemistry was good. We did go a little long, but that's okay. You know, I think what it is when you start with someone, you know, a new host or whatever, you gotta find the right balance. And we did go off a little bit earlier about other tangents, but I think that the show went well. First of all, Ethan, I want to thank you for your time tonight. You were a gracious co-host. You did fit into the product well, I feel. We talked a lot about wrestling. You added a lot. We are going to have shows in the next 2 weeks that will be different co-hosts, okay? We got 2 more people on deck who are going to be tryouts going into WrestleMania, and then I'm going to make my decision.
Keep the card, though. I want that keep the card, though.
All right.
Sure.
We will talk. We will get the keep the card. There it is.
But, yeah, I already know, man. If it's a one-off, that's fine. But we had fun, I think. So.
That's right. All right, everyone. Thank you. Ethan, thank you. Great attendance, great engagement, great support, great co-host. Everything went well. I'll be back next week, same time, same place for Smart Guys, the road to WrestleMania with a new co-host. But be sure to leave comments on this video. Let us know what you thought. Do you have suggestions? Do you have anything that we could improve? Did you like Ethan as the host? What do you think? Your opinion matters, and we want to hear it. All right? Again, thank you so much, man, for being a host tonight. I really appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Any final words for the audience?
I'll just say, rumble.com/killstream.live. That's where I am. And I had fun tonight. I did this on spec, right?
Sure.
And I did it because I wanted to. That's why. So, fuck all the haters. Fuck all the pieces of shit. And they can burn in hell.
I think that's the perfect way to put it. There you go.
Thank you for watching this clip. This is Perspicacity. Remember to like and subscribe.